Welcome back, beautiful souls. It's a soldier of light reporting for duty. And I just want to say thank you guys for the support. As always, this channel is always because of you guys. Just trying to help as many people as I can. That's what I feel like my gift from God has always been, is my ability to speak and for others to listen. And I've just always been a leader. So I've been having many spiritual experiences of my own, besides all the beautiful experiences that people have been sharing with me. And it's been amazing to hear the feedback that I'm getting. And for some of you who reached out personally for a reading, I haven't forgotten you. I have you marked down to contact you back so I can get that schedule with you guys for personal readings. But I feel like God has put me in a place to. I have wide shoulders for a reason. I'm very stubborn. I hate to lose, and I also feel like I've always been. People just always listened when I do talk, and I feel like that's just a gift that God gave me. And so I feel like lately I see a lot of growth, and a lot of growth in a lot of you, a lot of growth in just the people around me, even just a little bits where I can, just shining the light everywhere, wherever you get a chance to. Well, is this an easy task for us to do? No, it's not by any means. It's not. Even for myself, I had some low moments where my energy felt like I'm like just got very upset, and just kind of turned away a little bit. I guess at that moment when I was speaking, how I was speaking about things going on in the world, I was a little upset with my father about I didn't understand why these things are happening the way they do or they did. But I also asked him afterwards when I calmed down and apologized. I also asked him to put me where he needs me. I always say that, just put me, and my wife does as well every day, put me where you need me to be today. And I feel like that's the focus that God wants us to look to him and to say, where do you want me today? Put me where you would like me to be. And I feel like even if it's a place that maybe at work where you don't want to go, or where you're having issues, maybe it's something in your home life that's going on and you have issues with a spouse or your children or even yourself. But God will put you in those places where he needs you to be, even if it's difficult. Sometimes it's an amazing blessing from God that you're in a beautiful place and it's just an amazing experience. And sometimes you are in a place that you're like, wow, what happened? Why was I there? I mean, just total, just chaos, I guess. It's to progress you in your mission, no matter what, because you are where you're supposed to be. There are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. Things, you are where you're supposed to be. And the more you start to realize that fact, the more the puzzle pieces are coming together, because that's what I asked specifically from God, from my father. And when I speak of God, it means the God, the creator of all, of everything, of all. And I asked him to start putting puzzle pieces together for me. And in my sleep, I'm in between dimensions all the time. I know that for a fact, as many of you are as well. Actually, we all are when we astro. We just don't realize that we're doing it. But some of us who remember. Lately, I've been in between, and what I've been getting is downloads. And I didn't understand all of them, but when I was getting them, I remember I was like, I understand, I understand, I totally, I understand what's going on. I'm getting the message. It was God putting puzzle pieces together. I may not understand it yet or understand it yet to where I can speak to it yet, but I know that the puzzle pieces are coming together. So it's a slow puzzle. It's a slow puzzle. Slow puzzle for you, slow puzzle for me, slow puzzle for all of us. So we all look to each other for guidance. As I mentioned, find someone who keeps your vibration high, whatever that looks like. And that way they help balance your energy. So that way you're not too overly, you're giving too much energy and you get drained, or others are, your energy is very high and you have an energy leech, as we call them, or a vampire that just sucking your energy from you all the time, because then your energy is going to get drained. Especially what's going on now within the universe and the cosmics and stuff like that too. So things are kind of moving around, and as like Ashley mentioned, the astrology part of it, it's that also has a big part in how we feel, what's going on. So we just don't focus on that as much. But keep your energy high, keep it high, keep fighting is what this is. That's what God kept saying to me, is just keep fighting. It's already here. This is something that you've come here for, specifically at this time. we volunteered to come here. So that's a badge of honor that you volunteered to come here at this time to see this through. And I was reading some comments that from a reader or a viewer, and just the comments they were mentioning was, I felt like ending my own life, things like that. But that's when that's the example I'm getting at, is one of them is that energy is low. So they come to like a channel like this, or a channel like what Jason and I are doing with the Warrior Network. And the energy of the collective brings that person's energy up, or that man or woman's energy up. It brings it up beautifully, helps regenerate them. That's what we're here for. That's exactly the reason why I started this channel in the first place, was to help others. And it's always been about helping others. And I know Jason is that way as well. That's the reason why we're doing shows together. And I feel like he's in great alignment now, which is amazing. And his gifts are opening. He has a lot of gifts as well, as do you all. we've lost, or some of the other truthers, or some of the other, even not even truthers, just some of the beautiful souls in these chats. They've kind of separated and they've gone their own ways as well. But some of them are coming back. If you see some familiar names coming back into the group, that's because they've gone on their journey and the universe is bringing them back into alignment. And that's what we've also talked about before I get to pull some cards, is others may veer off of your path, even if it's someone you've known your whole life. They may veer off your path for some time. There's a reason for it. They may not come back into your alignment, or they may. It really depends on the universe and if that's meant to be, because they have lessons to learn as well as you. It's like we all do every day. This is the school. We're here to learning, and school is not really a good. It's just this is the Enlightenment Academy. Basically, you're learning what's good, what's bad, what to do, what not to do. You're correcting mistakes if you have the option to. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But this is what this is. This is all for your divine knowledge. And God has given us all the answers. I got that the other day as I'm sitting out on the porch, back porch. And I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden it came to me, is that we have every answer we're ever going to need. We have all the universe's knowledge inside of us. All of us, every one of us has all the answers, all of the divine knowledge inside, because we were created by God, and we just have to unlock it and let it flow. That's something that's why we're poisoned all the time. That's why they want to poison our minds. That's the first thing that they poison, with the water and the fluorides and the heavy metals, and makes you stupid and cuts off portions to your brain function. So they do that. They poison our food. They poison our air. They poison all the lotions you put on your body, your deodorants, your toothpaste, your Kleenex, Your toilet paper, it's all got poisons in it. I promise you. So, and when they're doing that, is think about how much work they have to do to try to keep you down from your just expanding your knowledge and your gifts. That takes a lot of work from them to try to even keep you down because you have such gifts inside of you. They don't want that knowledge to come out because I'm telling you, and I know this in my soul, we all have all the answers unlocked inside of what our universe is. We have everything that God created. We have the answers to it. We just have to unlock them. We have to remember, and that's what we're in the process of doing. So, because we're superheroes. So, and another thing that I got just before we even start, I just wanted to share a little tidbit with you too. Something came to me, and I heard every holiday you celebrate is celebrating death. And I said, huh? And I heard that exact words. Every holiday that you celebrate is a celebration of death. And I was like, So then I started thinking. I was like, okay, New Year's Day is the death of the new year, right? The ending of New Year. Valentine's Day, that's the Valentine's Day massacre. It's celebration. I mean, St. Patrick, they were celebrating his death. Even the 4th of July, Memorial Day, memorial because of the deaths. And then I got the 4th of July. It's independence and all that. That wasn't it. It's the death. It's all the death that came to get our independence. That's what's celebrated. That's why you pledge allegiance to the war flag, by the way. And that's also to the crown, because we were never free. For anyone who thinks we were, I'm sorry to tell you, we weren't. After the 4th of July, I mean, just all the holidays that literally come. Think about that. I mean, it's Thanksgiving, right? Death of Indians, even though they say it was for the get together, that wasn't it. They were fighting already. Christmas, right? Even though they say it's birth, but it's really, why would you celebrate? I mean, it's continuing. It's like the death, and Easter was the resurrection because of the death. So everything you can think about, the dark, that's why it's on the calendar for us to celebrate. That's why they give us days off, because you partake in a satanic ritual. It's a pagan holiday. All are all pagan stuff. So that's what Spirit gave me out of nowhere. I wasn't asking for it. They just told me that. And after it started hitting me, I'm like, wow, Memorial Day was the one that came in my mind. It was like memorials, like memorial. What do you do at a memorial? You mourn the dead. And same thing when you say good morning, by the way. Good morning. What do people do in the morning when they're mourning? This isn't by accident. This stuff is literally because the death flips everything, or the dark flips everything. It's to celebrate the dark, to celebrate the death. Halloween. I mean, you name it. Literally everything is twisted on death and the dark. So I just wanted to share a little tidbit before I even get reading with you guys. But I want to say thank you. I'll get off my soapbox. But I'm going to end this tonight. Actually, you know what? Before we even start, I just want to tell you the type of demons that we're dealing with here. Okay. So, what I'm going to share with you, let's see. I'm looking for the Jesuits. Okay, let me see. I'm looking for the Jesuit oath. I have part of the Jesuit oath. The Jesuits are a military organization, by the way. They're not a religious order. They're let me see here. I have this thing written down here. Well, I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. Okay, that's pretty dark. Okay, here's the Jesuit oath. Okay, I found it. This is just a portion of it. I do further promise and declare that I will have no opinion or will of my own, or any mental reservation whatever, even as a corpse or cadaver, but will unhesitatingly obey each and every command that I may receive from my superiors in the militia of the Pope. I furthermore promise and declare that I will, when opportunity presents, make and wage relentless war, secretly or openly, against all heretics. That's all of us, basically. Protestants and liberals, as I am directed to do, to extirpate and exterminate. So extirpate is the same as kind of like describing like the total loss, the destruction of something, and exterminate them from the face of the whole earth. And that I will spare neither age, sex, or condition, and that I will hang, burn, waste, boil, flay, strangle, and bury alive these infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs and the wombs of their women, and crush their infants' heads against the walls, in order to annihilate forever their execrable race. Then, when the same cannot be done openly, I will secretly use the poisoned cup, the strangulating cord, the steel of the poniard, or the laden bullet, regardless of the honor, rank, dignity, or authority of the person or persons, whatever may be their condition in life, either public or private, as I at any time may be directed to do so, or to do by any agent of the Pope or superior of the Brotherhood of the Holy Faith of the Society of Jesus. So basically, they're saying that they're going to do anything they can. They don't care. That's what you're seeing play out from the Pope. The Pope is the head of this whole scenario. The Black Pope takes care of all the dissenters. That's who the military-industrial complex is through with the Pentagon. He's the one that handles all the dark stuff. He does all the shitty things, and the White Pope is just the face figure of it that says God is doing all this. God wants you to do this and come worship here, as I wear all my gold robes and I'm very opulent and very fancy. And that's not what God's about. That's what the devil is about. So they're the head of this snake, period. So the Jesuits are there, as you may or may not know. Just listen, just that little section of that oath. I couldn't even speak it hardly. It didn't want me to say it, but I needed to say it. But the thing is like that's the type of demons and the deception and the dark that you're dealing with. So as I always state, demons come with handshakes and smiles. And that's what I was reading about. These guys have infiltrated every part of the church, our society. You wouldn't even know who it is. It could be a relative of yours. It could be your father. They don't speak of being a Jesuit. That's the oath. That's the number one rule. Like Fight Club thing, first rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. That's what they are. Most of them are bankers and lawyers and all that. So that's who we're dealing with here. A lot of these Jesuits who claim to be doing God's work in the name of Jesus, and that's not what Jesus was about. That's what the devil was about, and that's them trying to get their own, finances taken care of and control over the world. And that was actually part of the manifesto for them. So it was to destroy all governments or all societies that were free thinking, and instead of being controlled by one or few, it's controlled by all or many. They didn't want that because that was the old monarchical system that they went away from, that they wanted to go back to, so that they could control more of the world. And as I mentioned, there's a Chinese royal family. So when they say China is the enemy, China is not the enemy. The CCP is, because they are the dark portion of it. But there is a Chinese royal family, the Dragon family, who are very wealthy, the wealthiest of all, and they are looking out for the good of humanity. That is a true story. And the European royal faction, they're the ones that have been taking over the governments. Those are the guys. Those are the ones that are involved in the Jesuits and the pedophilia and the trafficking and all that other shit that they do, the drinking of the blood, and it's insane. It really is. And they broke off from the Chinese royal family because they wanted greed. They wanted to take over everything. They wanted to continue to do that. And the Chinese royal family said, no, we know that our purpose here is to help the many as God has intended. So that's where that split. And they've been at each other this whole time. So this is where it comes down to where the European royal family were trying to steal the gold of the Chinese royal family, but they couldn't. That's the reason why part of it why we went into those foreign countries, Vietnam, the Philippines, all that. And they try to find all this gold, but the Chinese royal family hid it so well that they couldn't find it. So all of these wars have been started by bankers because they wanted to, and the royal families, the royal family, the dark one, and the European royal families, they're the ones that have been starting these wars purposely. All the people that we prop up on Mount Rushmore, yeah, not good, not good. So that's the thing. That's an idol. That's also the Mount Rushmore thing. Anyone who wants a statue of themselves, I mean, literally for people that just gawk at, I mean, that's idol. That's a false idol. And that's, I kept getting that message to do is watch out for false prophets and false idols. They're going to be everywhere. And we've been worshiping ourselves. We've been worshiping man this whole time. So that's where I feel like the biggest message from spirit is for everybody is just kind of focus, turn your face towards God again. And there is good working behind the scenes, and there's bad who are, they're done. They know they're done. They know the storm is here. So we are the storm. If you haven't figured that out yet, if you're waiting for Q and the military to step in, the military isn't going to step in, I promise you, until we start to say enough is enough. That's a true story. So we have to start doing things on our own. We have to start pushing back. We can't just allow them to run rampant with this situation. I'm not saying be violent, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you have to understand where we come from, where they're trying to go. Then you start to see the picture from a different perspective. That way, when you see these things come down, you can resist them. And no, this is not happening. We are done. This experiment that you did in 2020 with locking everybody down and all that, done. The toilet paper experiment that they tried just before COVID hit, done. I mean, literally, that's just to see how people would react to the chaos. And we failed miserably. That's a true story. So this is all programming stuff. And I just want to say this is a movie. It really is. This is a true story. And the movie will move along as fast as we want it to or as slow as we want it to. The military will not step out until they have the reason. Is when the financial system it completely collapses, and that there's no way that money can exchange things. Things are just like there's certain things like protocols that they have to step up before they step out. This stuff that you see on TV, this could go on for years and years and years and years, and not a single military would step out. That's a true story. So there has to be another event that has to trigger them to step into the streets. Because this stuff, if you notice, this could go on for 20, 30 years at the rate this has been going. So everyone knows 9/11 was an inside job with explosives. So the Pentagon, that was also inside job, courtesy of the Black Pope. So this is what the stuff that we need to start putting out there, man. With the children. The Sound of Freedom movie. I just want to hit that up too. The Sound of Freedom movie. I bought some tickets for that. I'm going on July 4th. That's when it's supposed to come out, and I also paid it forward. I bought 4 tickets for others who just they could. I don't know who these people are. I just put money in to buy 4 extra tickets. So if you get a chance to see that movie, see it, because this is the stuff that's really going on behind the scenes. What they put in movies, there's truth in it. So they just don't put things that's the way of presenting information to the public. So there is truth to what's going on. So we need to start exposing these demons, man. We need to just flush them out of here. They are not welcome. They are not welcome. If you are of a lower frequency energy, you're not welcome. So we're going to push you into the light where you need to be, and you're going to be exposed. I'm going to expose you all if I have to. So, all right, guys, I'm going to jump off. That's 24 questions. I'm already behind. So I'm going to do another maybe 10 questions, and I'll probably get going. And I'll probably cut it off. Thank you. Yeah. SOULdier Vlad, please hit that like button. I appreciate that. All right, let's get this party started. Edward, nice number, 1111. So I just wanted to always start my show with some of that stuff, just to kind of open you up. That Jesuit oath that tells you what type of darkness there is, and they'll come with smiles and handshakes. That's what the disturbing part is. It's not like the stuff you see on TV where they come and they look all grotesque looking things coming from under your bed and all that shit. No. Demons come with handshakes and smiles, and sometimes they come to you very attractive. So I'm telling you, this is the spiritual warfare that we're dealing with on a continual basis. So, and I got another message this morning before I woke up, and I got everything is a security. Everything is a security. So that tells me that everything you do, every time you sign a piece of paper, that's creating a security. When you authorize credit card payment from going to dinner, your signature, they can create. That's why they call it a check, not a bill. In case you didn't realize that. Simple thing. Every time you sign your name to a paper, your signature somewhere, that creates a security for someone, and someone pulls a bond from your trust. So God told me everything. He told me that today. Everything is a security. Everything is tied to money. Everything. So everything is security. Even though God gave us, He entrusted us. He was the grantor of the trust, and select few wanted to take it over. So those days are done. And whatever you do, don't start putting your money into those stupid ATM machines, man. I saw that with Jason's show. I'm glad he showed that stuff, man. But seriously, man, that's what I'm talking about. This is where you stand. I'm not saying be crazy or anything, but this is the perfect opportunity. Was hey, man, here's my money. Get up and leave. Or hey, you don't want my money. That's just conformity. That's like the mask. They want to see what they're going to push. And I don't feel like those ATMs are of the light. I didn't even look at it, but I just feel that. So just saying, don't put your energy into that. That's something that you're getting sucked into. And I know that CBDC stuff is going to go away real quick. So, all right, Edward, let's see. Just the next 3 months. Please and thank you for your assistance. Let me move my microphone over here. Well, Edward, it looks like you might have had some type of change or something, or there's something that's coming up. I have the tower, so that tells me some type of something is being released for you, some type of revelation, a sudden change. I have the 5 of Swords, so it tells me some type of conflict. So I don't know if maybe you've been betrayed, or maybe you felt someone was maybe some type of relationship issue or something along that line, or something that you're going through. It tells me you're going to have a conflict in the next few months. And I have the King of Cups. I don't know if it's maybe a male energy that you may have some type of conflict with, or maybe you have a disagreement possibly. But also tells me though, when it comes to the King of Cups, that you're very they want you to remain emotionally balanced. Okay. I have the Ace of Cups, so it tells me after maybe this conflict that comes, you're going to have some healing. Okay, it tells me maybe some release. So something is being released. I keep getting released. So maybe there's something you're holding on to, or something that needs to be said. Okay. I have the King of Swords, so it tells me, yeah, there's something to do with maybe what you feel or you've been holding on to. It tells me maybe you're going to have some clarity when it comes to this, because the King of Swords is the next card for me. It tells me truth, clarity. So I feel, I don't know if there's maybe something going on possibly with an older male or another male figure in your life, because I have the Hierophant. So it also tells me like forgiveness. So there's going to be maybe a disagreement coming up, but it also tells me maybe there's going to be some type of resolution for it, some forgiveness. But I feel like you're going to become wiser because of this situation. I have the 5 of Wands. So yes, there is going to be some type of bumps, some disagreements, something along that line. I keep getting that you're going to have. And I have 7 of Cups. So there's going to be some choices you're going to make. Okay. So it tells me maybe there's going to be maybe things aren't as bad, or will appear, or maybe they won't appear as bad as they, or they're not as bad as they appear. That's what I'm getting. And the Justice card. So it tells me that this is going to work out in your favor. Okay. So I don't know if there's something going on, maybe if you have any legal issues or anything like that, but it tells me whatever the situation is that you're going through financially as well. I feel like things are going to come to fruition for you. You're going to have clarity again. Things are going to be balanced. I have the 9 of Swords. It tells me you're worrying a lot. It tells me you have some worries, maybe some sleepless nights that you may experience. It tells me that to release these fears for you, release this anxiety, then it tells me you will sleep very, very much better. 7 of Pentacles. So it tells me long-term success. You're going to be successful long-term. Okay. So it tells me like the perseverance, keep persevering through this situation. look at things from the long-term perspective, and it tells me all will be well. Okay, so release the negativity, release that anxiety and the fear that I feel, because I feel your heart is a little fluttery and racy right now. So that's what I'm kind of getting. So I hope that resonated with you, Edward, and thank you for the super chat. As I mentioned, guys, always put the if it resonates, if it doesn't, if you think I'm a quack, I'm cool with that. Just tell me. I like to get the feedback from you guys when I do your readings. So thank you guys very much. So thank you, SOULdier. I took a picture in the mirror and was told my aura is white. What does that mean for me? My sister is the same. Nice. Sonia has a white aura. What does that mean for her? Please and thank you. Your sister does have a white aura. Tells me the collaboration of you two. Even like this, not only sisters, but I feel like more friendly. You and your sister, I feel, get along pretty well. And I feel with the Three of Cups that I get, it's happiness. The white light is because you're happy or you're opening up your heart chakra. I have the Judgment card. It tells me a reckoning. Tells me an awakening. So your spirit is waking up. I keep getting that there's maybe some forgiveness. That's what I feel. The white is a forgiving type of energy. It's a healing type of energy. They're telling me a new phase is coming. Three of Pentacles. So yes, very tangible. So it tells me you're learning. So it tells me you guys are learning a lot about yourself. So it tells me that you're just something that you're building on. So your energy is continuing to grow and it's going to continue to get brighter. And the Ace of Wands. So it tells me like this was definitely your energy was just flowing. They're telling me this was something I feel like your potential, you have a limitless potential to grow your energy. So that's what it's telling me. It's telling me they want you to know that this was a beginning for you. This is the white light that you've seen. It's going to only grow. But I have the Five of Cups, so it tells me don't focus on the negative stuff around you. They tell me pessimism, maybe some fears and things like that. Maybe some disappointments at times. Maybe about some news that you hear. Because I have the Eight of Wands next, so it tells me that things are changing for you. Okay, so it tells me that, as I mentioned, you're going to have more of a rapid expansion as this goes. So your light is going to continue to grow. The Eight of Swords tells me sometimes that you hold yourself back mentally. That's what I'm getting from Spirit with the Eight of Swords. So it tells me you hold yourself back. You're a prisoner of your own mind at times. And it tells me like you hold your energy back. You actually almost hold it back is what I'm getting. But the King of Pentacles tells me though, keep staying. You're going to be beautiful, abundant. This is something like nurture yourself. Okay. The King of Pentacles tells me that you're finding practical ways to expand your energy. So it tells me put it into practice. Meditation, whatever this may be that you need to do, kind of working on yourself, quieting your mind. I feel like that's a big part because I also have the Nine of Swords for you in your sleep. So it tells me there's a lot of sleepless nights at times. There's a lot of maybe some you have dreams. I'm getting maybe some dreams that you have maybe aren't so good at times. But it tells me there's some worries and some fears. So to let those go. So that white light energy tells me that you're healing, you're a healer, you're protected. It also tells me that it's going to expand, but you need to let go of these things that kind of are making you fearful or staying around and kind of poking at you sometimes. So hope that resonated with you, Sonia. And thank you for the super chat. Basically, you do a quick read for me for June, please, and thank you. Sure can. Let's see, Sharon. I like that name. That was my mom's name. Well, in June, I feel like you're going to have some decisions to make. Okay, so it tells me maybe you're going to feel a little out of balance at times. Okay, with that Two of Pentacles, but also tells me maybe how you manage your time, balancing things. I feel maybe something you'll have to address. I have the Hermit card after that, so it tells me maybe it's time for you when you're trying to feel out of balance with what they're telling me to soul search. Go inside with that Hermit card. Okay, so this is reflection time. This is a time where things are going to come out, but they're telling me that the more you go inside, you're going to get more divine connection and more divine wisdom. They also tells me meditation. So quieting your mind when you feel out of balance, or telling me even quieting it from slowing your breathing down. But I have the star card, so it tells me that this is, you're going to have some type of rejuvenation. Okay, it tells me a spiritual awakening for you a little bit more. So I feel like June will be a big month for you. It tells me a good spiritual omen with the star card, renewal, spirituality. I feel like this is a big thing. It also says remain calm. Okay, remain calm of the things that you're going to experience and you may learn. This is a good sign for you. I have the hangman. So this is telling me you're going to see things differently than you did before, with the hangman. So also tells me enlightenment. I keep getting that you're going to be a little off and you're going to try to juggle these things, but you're going to adapt with that two of pentacles. So it tells me the hangman is, this is a release time for you. Release these things that have been holding you back. And it tells me, though, that this is an enlightenment period for you in June. So I feel like you're going to see some things differently, and you're going to get some deep insights and maybe some things that you've been having questions about. I have the death card. So death card just tells me an ending of something. So that's coming to an end. So it tells me maybe your metamorphosis, a transformation for you. As I keep getting, you're going to be growing spiritually is what I'm getting. If you go inside and do it, inner work, you're telling me with the guidance that Spirit is telling me, this is a change. So something is coming to an end. A cycle is completing. Then I have the Ace of Wands. So that after that is done, the end of that cycle, you're going to have great inspiration. Your energy is going to really flow. And it tells me you're going to have an urge to create something, urge to do something. It tells me you're just going to feel renewed. And I feel like this is a great new beginning for you. And I feel like this is part of your growth and your evolution. Seven of Cups. So you'll have some choices to make, they're saying. So the choices you're going to make, it tells me that they want you to daydream how you want, when you're meditating, they want you to see your future, see how things are going to move. That's what they're telling me, because I have the Eight of Pentacles holding up my whole reading. So it tells me you're mastering something, you're working on it. So it tells me that there's some things that once it's completed, this is going to come to that end with that death card. Okay. So it tells me this is mastery. Okay. So you're learning a lot about yourself, continue to grow. So it tells me that there's something going on that Spirit is acknowledging, that you're going to have a big awakening. I feel more in June of this year. So hope that resonated with you, Sharon. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Once I get to 30 readings, I'm going to question. Hi, Jason. Could you tell us more about the life cycle of an NPC, which is non-player character, slash organic portal? Geez, I can't even talk today. NPC slash organic portal. There you go. Say that 3 times fast. What is their purpose? Do they reincarnate? Life cycle of an NPC. Do they reincarnate? Yes or no? So they're there. Okay, I got the Wheel of Fortune. They're there to change things, and it's not for the better. Okay, so it tells me that they're unpredictable. The NPC brings unpredictability to this scenario, is what I get. And I have the Nine of Swords. So it tells me with the unpredictability, they are also there to cause chaos. They're there to cause, I feel like they bring the frequency of the energies of the real light beings down, because their energy isn't at the same. They're there to bring despair. I feel like they're there they bring low energy, and with that Nine of Swords and worry. I have the Seven of Swords. This is something that's been planned. It's strategic. They're very deceptive. They're very tricky. So it tells me that that's what they're here to do. They're here to cause disruption. I have the Three of Pentacles, so they work together. So that tells me there's multiple of them. It tells me this is something that they collaborate. So the NPCs, whoever the master is, it's a collaboration of some sort. I have the Tower card, so they're there to jack things up, as I mentioned. They're there to cause upheaval, sudden changes, disruptions. That's what they're there. They're there for that purpose specifically. So it tells me, though, that they may live up to 3. These NPCs that come and go, they're up to 3 years is what I'm getting with Pentacles. Those are tangible. So, and Pentacles are slow. So they can live up to about 3 years. I feel like that's more like a clone type deal as well. I feel like some of them are 3 years, and then that's when their life expectancy goes. It tells me after the 3 years, they're there to do something. After the 3 years that they do this, then it's just kind of just, I don't know what that even means. Like, just kind of goes bleh, and it just leaves. It's done. I have the 5 of Swords, so yeah. So it tells me that after that, it's conflicts. So now I'm going to look to see if they're there to just sneakiness, win at all costs. So the dark puts them there to win at all costs. So I'm going to see if they reincarnate. Do they reincarnate? Yes or no? No, they don't reincarnate. I got the 10 of Wands. So when they're done, they're done. So they have to put that consciousness that they pull from the other, wherever they pull this consciousness, or I don't know if it's artificial consciousness or what. I keep getting artificial consciousness of some sort. So I feel like they complete their mission and then they just remove from the board. Because I have 10 of Pentacles. They do a lot of hard work. It's part of what they do, and they complete it. I have the 2 of Pentacles. So it tells me like maybe, yeah, so they're there to just cause disruption and throw things out of balance is what I keep getting. So their average life expectancy I'm seeing is 2 to 3 years for them, and they're gone. So they play their purpose out. So hope that resonated with you, Cecilia. Thank you for the super chat. Last one, promise. My mom is debating whether she should sell the house that my brother lives in. It's hers. Would that be good for her? Cecilia's mom. I'm going to do 2 polls. I'm going to say, what will it look like if she sells the house, and what will it look like if she doesn't sell the house? Interesting. I see exactly your question in the first one. I got the Judgment card. So it tells me like there's something like a reckoning or a new phase, something new is coming from the judgment of the past. But I have the 10 of Swords, so the ending of something coming to a completion. It tells me, and I have the Queen of Wands, so that would probably be your grandmother, is what I'm getting. And that maybe is that a focus of hers? I don't know. But I feel like that house gave her joy from her past. It was something she was called to, is what I get. And I feel like maybe there's something that happened in that, maybe an ending, a painful ending happened there, or loss, maybe some type of loss happened in that home. Is why with a male, I figure, I don't know if her husband, maybe he's coming through. King of Pentacles, so it was an investment from her husband, I feel, in the past, and he departed. So I keep getting, maybe there's something to this, is what he's telling me, that walking away from something. I have that she's drawn to that house if she keeps it. And I feel like if I was giving advice, and I'm not, as far as how she's going to feel, I feel like keeping it is a better option for her, because I have the High Priestess. So it tells me she's connected to that. There's energy that she's connected to in that home. I have the Ace of Pentacles. So it tells me there's going to be abundance with this. This was a gift from God. And I feel like this is something like there's going to be prosperity and a financial opportunity in the future for her that's going to be even greater than this. I have the 2 of Swords, so it tells me there's a lot of decisions she's trying to weigh right now. So this tells me that she's kind of she's avoiding it almost. I feel like maybe even talking about it is what I'm kind of getting at, because I have the Page of Pentacles, so it tells me like financial something. This is the desire of a younger male, with the Page of Pentacles is the desire, and I feel it's for money. But it tells me though, with the Knight of Wands, to stay strong. That's what you're telling me, is to stay strong with this situation. I feel like there's going to be an expansion with this. It tells me like financial expansion for her in the future. But it tells me that this is something that she can, if she'd like to plan it, that I feel she would walk, she may walk away, but I feel that the second option of keeping it at this point is what spirit is telling me, is to continue to stay there. Tells me things are coming to her. Things are going to start to come towards her. And it tells me it's going to be for the better. So yeah, Seven of Pentacles, long-term success. So it tells me sustainable long-term, okay? It tells me good investment, her hard work. So it tells me to keep her hard work going. And the Wheel of Fortune. So it tells me in the future, she's going to have a turning point, that she's going to make a decision that's going to be beneficial for all. And it tells me that there's going to be something coming. It's a completion of a cycle that she is getting through right now. And it tells me with the Wheel of Fortune, it's a good turning point for her. So she's going to have some decisions she's going to make, but I'm getting better from spirit about holding on to it at this point. So, because I did see, I don't know if your grandfather has passed, but, or your, I'm sorry, your, I think you said grandmother. No, your father, or it's a grandfather maybe that's passed along. Something like that is what I'm getting. An older male is what I keep coming through. So I hope that resonated with you, and thank you for super chat, Cecilia. I'm going to use my angel cards. They like to tell me the truth. So the question is, are the majority of the spiritual communities running a scam with this whole candle and snake oil selling thing? Hold nothing back, exposed it all. Majority of the spiritual communities run a scam. And just let me know whatever you like me to know. Spotlight. The star card. That's a strong yes. And they're bringing them. Their spotlights being put on them. I'm getting that. So it tells me that this is opportunistic type of energy. It was an opportunity for them, and they become a star of the show, but they're being illuminated by the divine for a reason, because they're not in. And the star card is number 17, by the way. Then I have the Seven of Wands, or Seven of Fire. So it tells me though that they're going to have something coming back, like they're choosing their battles, what they're doing. But it tells me though that they're going to have to defend their beliefs they're going to in the future. It tells me that this is something that they're causing, or that they're here to do. They're there to stand their ground for whatever that they're being told to put out. It tells me like that's what they're doing. They're choosing their battles, or where they attack, is what I keep getting. I have the Six of Pentacles is all for money, all for money. So it tells me gifts. They were gifted money and an opportunity, is what I keep getting. So it tells me like some of them may have jumped into this stuff who had previously separate careers. All of a sudden they jumped into it because they were presented with something. So it tells me they've received money from someone. Maybe someone paid off debts. Maybe someone gave them a nice fat check. Because the Six of Pentacles, or Six of Earth, is also exchange, giving and receiving. So they were given something so that they would put out something to others. And they seem like they're generous, is what I just got. And they seem like they're very generous, and they want to help, and they want to do community things, and all that. But that's not what it is. This is, they're there for the money. I have the Page of Pentacles. So it tells me financial, I keep getting money. It's all money is presented to them with the Page of Earth, or the Page of Pentacles. So it tells me like a new area. So a lot of them, like I mentioned, they left careers or jumped into this because of the money that they were going to be able to make. I have the Five of Swords, or the Five of Air. So they're there to cause conflict. They're there to cause mental disruption. And it tells me misinformation, disinformation, 100%. So it tells me like it's what spirit is. The message for spirit is, from spirit, is review people's motives. They have motives. Then I have the Five of Cups. They're there to cause fear, loss, focus on the negatives, upset about a situation, not seeing the positive or where we're going. And the Empress card. So 100% it was for money, for lavishness, for abundance. Somebody said, I'm going to pay you well. I'm going to give you the platform. I'm going to tell you what to say, and I'm going to let you do it. And that's also known as NBC News, ABC, CBS, Fox, you name it, ESPN, Disney, all of them. Showtime, Cinemax, HBO, all of it, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, they're all in bed together and they're all doing the same thing on all these platforms with the truthers and the spiritual people that aren't spiritual. Seven of Pentacles is holding up my reading. So they're doing this because people are learning now. This is a point where the awakening is happening. They're the most gullible when the information I'm getting is being turned over or put out to the public, is when minds are a sponge to pull things in. This is the biggest time for them to deflect and throw misinformation and disinformation out purposely to distract from the mission, which is you working on you and doing things that God has brought you here to do. So, yes, running a scam. Exactly right, DHP. Hope that resonated with you. Thank you for the super chat. Shame. We're super soldiers, blue avians, behind the destruction of the cyber demon space monster that was being crafted to block the sun from the earth. The project that Bill Gates was behind. We're super soldiers and blue avians behind the destruction of the cyber demon space monster that was being crafted to block out the sun from the earth. Super soldiers. Let's find out. Okay. So if you're just joining, no more super chat. No more super chats, guys. Thank you. Okay. So the first card I have is a Nine of Fire. So they're there. They were there to protect. Okay. So they were there to protect is what I keep getting. So, and they have great courage, the super soldiers and the avians. So yes, it tells me they were there and they were very courageous in this mission. And life experience came up next. So it tells me it was a significant event that would hinder life is what I got. So it tells me that there was change. There was change that happened. They changed something with the life experience. I have the Magician card. So it tells me like, yes, they were very strong. They took action. It tells me, but it also tells me that the Magician tells me they were took something out from the dark. The Magician is usually a darker card for me sometimes. Two of Earth or Two of Pentacles. So there's a lot going on. So it tells me that there was a lot of decisions that were made. And it tells me that this was they were able to adapt to the mission. So it tells me that they were very much there to help prosper the earth, because I have the King of Earth. So a leader saying or put this mission out, and a leader took, and it was very successful. Tells me it was a very successful victory from the King of Earth. So it tells me we were all affected, but it was for the benefit. So they were very successful. The Nine of Cups or the Nine of Waters holding up my reading. So it tells me that your wish came true. They fulfilled their mission. They were very content with what happened afterwards. So absolutely, it looks like the super soldiers and the avians were behind the destruction of that. Hope that resonated with you, DHP, and thank you for the super chat. Is there a special place for Kimberly Goguen? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I don't even know who that is. Kimberly Goguen and people like her on both the material plane and the astral. Misinformation is a deadly weapon, and she uses it with an iron fist. Kimberly Goguen. I don't even know who that is. Well, let's find out. Like I said, DHP, you always bring things to me like I don't know who these people are, these books that you're reading, these movies that you watch. Pretty interesting though. So, is there a special place for someone like Kimberly Googling and people like her on the both the material plane and in the astral? Is there a place of both the spiritual and the astral? Material and the astral. Material and astral. I have the magician card, so it tells me that they can kind of manifest in different energies. Then I have the Fool card, so it tells me yes, they travel, so they can travel, very much so, between the planes. So it tells me like in adventure, they're going out. So it tells me the magician if they have the power to do it and the skill to be able to do it. It takes great skill. I have the King of Pentacles, so it tells me they have to be disciplined in what they're doing. Also tells me though that this is something that they manifest or able to do. It's a gift that they have, and they have to work on it. They have to continue to work through this. The Empress card. So yes, between the King of Pentacles and the Empress, that's 100%. It's a gift from God. It tells me that the actions they take, they're able to evolve and move along. It tells me that they're able to evolve and evolution of between dimensions. So yes, there is a special place for people like her on the both the material plane and the astral plane, according to my cards. The Nine of Wands tells me very well protected. That's holding in my reading. So it tells me tests of faith. So their faith, it's something they're able to do. So it's like a test of their abilities is what I'm kind of getting. So it tells me that they persevere through this. If it's all about the intention, I'm getting the intention because the Magician card is skill, but it also tells me if that's what they want to manifest, something of the light, they're going to do. They're going to take that journey into the light. But it also tells me if they want to take that journey into the dark with the Magician card and the Fool card, then they can absolutely do that too. So that's why they have to be very, very careful of what they're doing, and they have to. It's something that they have to develop. It's a skill. It's skills that they have that they develop. So hope that resonated with you, DHP, and thank you for the super chat. Can I have a Jenna read for the next 3 months, please? Let's find out. Debbie. Let's get Debbie. Debbie expect. I have the Ten of Swords. So something is going to come to an end, okay? Or maybe there's something from your past, some type of wound or something that's kind of you gotta let it go. They're telling me. I have the Queen of Wands. So it tells me though in the next 3 months they want you to be determined to or focus on kind of releasing this stuff. That's what they're telling me. That tells me like they want you to find the joy back in your life. That's something that I feel like it's not just a message for you, but a message for many. It tells me to remain confident. Keep building your independence within your own energy, is what they're telling me. Work on you because the Queen of Wands is someone who's um, very confident. They want you to be confident again and take your power back. The Three of Swords tells me, though, maybe there's some grief, some heartache. They're telling me maybe something coming up. It tells me possible like emotional pain, maybe some heartbreak, something that I keep getting that maybe I feel maybe something from your past possibly is what I'm kind of getting. So tell me they want you to work on this is what I'm getting here. I have the Nine of Wands next. So it tells me once again that you're almost there. Okay. So you're almost getting these breakthroughs. You're almost to that point. So it tells me though that they want you you're gearing up for something. Okay. Like you're growing, you're expanding. Okay. So it tells me this is something that you need to work on your energetic boundaries with others, is what I kind of get. Because I feel like maybe you're disappointed from others at times, is what I kind of get with that. I have the Magician card. So it tells me that once again, you have all the tools in the toolbox to make your reality the way you want them. So it tells me though that they want you to work on your confidence. And I feel like you're going to get clarity for some of these things that you've been second guessing about. I keep getting, or something that you've had questions about. So it tells me that you're going to be able to have clarity from this. I have the Knight of Pentacles, so it tells me they want you to continue to you need a routine. That's what they're telling me. So I don't know if your routine, maybe change your routine a little bit, is what they're telling me. It tells me maybe take some more time to kind of take a breath. Also tells me though that they want you to conserve some of your energy at times. That means kind of taking a breath, as I mentioned, a routine of kind of working on yourself, quieting your mind. That's what I'm kind of getting here. So you can kind of conserve your energy. And I have the Six of Cups. So it tells me joy, bringing back joy again into your life. So it tells me that you used to have some, they want you to reminisce on some great times that you used to have. So I feel like the next 3 months, this is what they're kind of wanting you to do. Something from your past is coming forward, and it's your opportunity to kind of put it to an end, is what they're getting. And the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, so it tells me that this is you're continue to work on yourself. Eight of Pentacles, a work in progress. So it tells me that things are you're developing. You're developing. Okay, so develop your energy, develop your routine. So I keep getting it's routine. You need to set a new routine for yourself. And it tells me that you've been working on this with the Knight of Pentacles. You've been working on this already, but it tells me they want you to continue to do it. Take the responsibility as you've been doing. Okay. And the Three of Wands. So it tells me you're going to have some expansion. You may be taking a trip or planning a trip in your future, okay, within the next 3 months. So it tells me that you're going to be seeing things from a different perspective. This is part of your expansion and your growth. So the biggest message from Spirit is there's something from your past I keep getting that you need to let go of, okay? You need to let go of this feeling betrayed or feeling like things are bad. Maybe people have stabbed you in the back in the past, or you have some type of issues, where you didn't feel very well or feel good. You're feeling lost. It tells me the Knight of Swords is holding up my reading. So it tells me things are going to start to pick up speed for you. And it tells me when you do speak, defend your beliefs, but choose your words wisely. That's what they're telling me. So it tells me to continue to take action. You're going to get more clarity and movement with the things that have kind of been holding you back. This is the next 3 months for you is going to be an opening and awakening for you. Okay. So I hope that resonated with you, Debbie, and thank you for the super chat. Will I be able to have total recall of all my past lives in this lifetime? Past lives in this lifetime, yes. You want to hear what the first card is that came up? King of Cups. No joke. Can't make this stuff up. So it tells me yes, you're going to find something. So you're growing. Your energy is expanding. So it tells me you're becoming more balanced. That's when you become more emotionally balanced, and not so much highs and lows all the time. It tells me that's when you're going to have your recollection. It's going to start to come to you. And the Knight of Swords. So it tells me yes. So you're going to have quicker thoughts. These things are going to come to you quicker. They're telling me with the Knight of Swords because you're working on this. But also, I feel like you're going to find some things that you've been betrayed. You've had some painful endings in these lifetimes. So I feel like you're going to remember this. But I feel like it's going to be some wounds that you're going to move through, that you're going to see. You're actually going to be able to see them. I feel, and I feel like this is something that you will have. And I have the Queen of Wands. So it tells me that you've been determined for this. You've been asking for this, is what they're telling me. So it tells me like this is what they want you to focus on. Continue to focus on it. That's what you have been focusing on, okay? And you've been very determined in getting to this. Three of Swords tells me you may have some setbacks, okay, in your future. So you may have some, you're going to see a lot of loss, I feel, when you do remember, is what I keep getting, okay? But it tells me, though, that there's going to be some emotional pain that comes with this. But it tells me that you will have a little bit of setback, maybe some little bit of suffering because of this, is what I'm getting. Or you have been going through that, maybe get to this point you are now. I have the Nine of Wands. So it tells me that you're going to see this. You're going to see the reiterations. At least I feel at least 9 of them, at least 9 lives that you've been that you're going to remember in this time here. So, it tells me like they want you to show you your progress with the Nine of Wands. So you're almost there. You're almost to completion with the 9. The Seven of Pentacles. So it tells me, yes, you're going to see all of your hard work. You're going to do that. And they're going to show you for long-term success, all the things that have happened to you. That's what they're telling me. And keep investing in your energy and your spirituality, because the High Priestess card deck tells me you're going to become more sensitive to things, and also that your divine knowledge is going to start to increase. Okay. And to trust yourself. Your intuition is growing. Trust yourself. You have a lot of divine knowledge that's coming from the subconscious is going to come forward. Okay. So the Judgment card tells me it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's holding up my reading, the Judgment card. So you're going to have an awakening. You're going to have things are going to be reconciled. So it tells me you're going to see the progress of your past lives. And I feel like it's meant to happen for you. You've been called to learn it, and you are going to learn it. So hope that resonated with you, Dennis. Thank you for super chat. When beings of the light confront beings of the dark, do they learn from these encounters? Similar to when a student dissects an animal or a plant, does that promote their intelligence? Well, I'm going to share a little story that I already told everybody about. But I'm gonna wait and see what Spirit says. I'm not even going to pull another one. 10 of Cups tells me yes, divine love. So when the dark encounters the light, they do remember, because it tells me that they show that they're still divinely loved. They're connected. They're from source. Tells me supported, love. They're of the light. Okay, contentment. 3 of Wands tells me yes, they help the light when they transition. They move them along the dark. They push them. They move them along. They progress them away from us. And it tells me with the 3 of Wands holding up my reading that's what it's been planned. God already planned that for the light to be able to shine bright and just eliminate the darkness and push it away. That's the gift that He gave all of us. It was planned for us to be able to do that if we stay on the light. So, quick little tidbit. I told you guys that I've had dreams all over the place, in military and all that, doing dreams and astral projecting. Well, I had one night where I was riding in a car with my mom and my stepdad, and a little boy that I had no idea who this little boy was. He was to my left. We stopped at a gas station. I'm just going through it real quick. Stopped at a gas station. I went in, got out. Walked around, got something, went back out to get into the car, and my parents were gone. They left. So I was waiting for my parents to cross. I was an older man too. I'm assuming. I didn't see myself, but I'm assuming because I felt like I was older than that. But I could have been a child. I don't know, because it may make sense maybe later on. But either way, so I went back. Something told me I was standing in this old dirt parking lot across the street from the gas station, and I was waiting for my parents forever. They didn't come back. So something told me go into the gas station. So I went to the gas station. Started walking around, but something told me go into the back. So I went into the back. I don't know how I got back there, but into the back. It wasn't just the back of like a gas station. This was like a service station with tools and all that. But in the back in the service station area, back behind there was cages, and there were children in cages. And I remember grabbing a big wrench that they had on the ground, like a big semi truck, like crescent wrench looking thing is what it looked like. And I remember just beating these dark energies to rescue the children. So I went from room to room. And the last room that I went to, there was the most gigantic thing that I've ever seen. It was a man, but he was so huge that I've never seen anything like it. And as soon as I walked through the door, he stopped hurting this little girl. And he stopped and turned around, and he looked at me and he says, "You again." So I just remember jumping up and hitting this big monster with this big old wrench, like I was like an ant to this thing, and it was huge. And I took it out, and I saved these children. But to answer your question, DHP, does the darkness remember who you are? They do. That's why that dark, I was thinking it was the devil, is what I thought it was. And he turned around and he said, "You again." So he knew who I was. He knew what my energy was. And he knew I wasn't there to say hi to him. So Just wanted to let you know that. That's just my personal experience, but yes, for sure that they know. So hope that resonated with the DHP, and thank you for the super chat. Do you see any significant events happening during the middle of June? Well, let's find out. Oh, one card flew out. What card is that? Yeah. Six of Pentacles, probably money. Let's find out. And that's funny, it was the Six of Pentacles. June is the 6th month. Can't make that stuff up, man. Literally, one card flew out of my deck. So it tells me wealth, maybe something with wealth, finances. Let me find out what else I can get for June. So there could be an issue with the money. We're going to be maybe some type of deception with the money. So maybe there's going to be some type of theft, some type of trickery, something that's going with the financial system. Because I have the King of Swords. So it tells me that there's going to be something brought out. I feel maybe some more clarity when it comes to the financial system and where we're going. So I feel like maybe the Seven of Pentacles, maybe there's a strategy involved that's been put in place that's going to be very generous when it comes to the finances. Because I have maybe some clarity coming out. Maybe these things we've been waiting for are going to start to come and become a little bit more clear. I have the Nine of Cups, so I feel stability. Maybe the currencies are going to stabilize. Is what maybe it's foreign currencies is maybe what I'm getting. So maybe if it's something to do with currencies, I keep except the dollar because that's going to the garbage. It tells me like there's going to be some type of stability with that. So it tells me maybe the playing field gets a little more level, is what I'm kind of getting. And the Fool card. So it tells me that there's a new beginning of something. So it tells me that will kickstart a new beginning of something. I feel when it comes to the financials and the Chariot. So yes, this is inevitable. So a turning point. So something that I feel like is going to happen, a change of direction. So maybe that the financial system takes maybe the control of the financial system leaves. It moves on. Whoever has the control of that point of the financial systems in June is what I feel. There's going to be something new, a departing from them. So I feel like that's going to be the departing of the dollar as well, and maybe some equalization of and some stability of the currencies around the world, not just the dollar. Because the Moon card, there's going to be a lot of fears and anxieties put out. So it tells me that there also tells me that the illusion of the fiat dollar maybe will come out of this situation. Because I have the six, yeah, exactly what is going to happen. So I feel maybe something with the fiat dollar is going to be brought out. It tells me the Six of Wands is going to be in the public. So it tells me this is part of the plan. The Six of Wands tells me to make progress for the world moving forward. It tells me that this is in the public in victory. So it tells me with this Five of Swords holding in my reading, there's going to be a lot of conflicting information that's going to be coming out, a lot of misinformation, disinformation. But I also feel, though, it's going to cause a lot of conflicts what we're going to see for real. Like even if they put all the information out, it tells me that there is going to be some type of mental conflict, some obstacles, some theft. So maybe some theft of money in June. So maybe they're going to freeze accounts is what I just maybe got right now. So maybe they're going to be some deception with freezing of accounts. And maybe the stability of the foreign currencies is why they're going to freeze the accounts. That's what I'm kind of getting. So hopefully that resonated with you, Dennis. Thank you for super chat. Was a huge machine that sucks in human emotion from around the world to control humanity, located at the World Health Organization building. And did they get destroyed? Is this why their plan never took off? Do they have a soul? Or it sucks in human emotion. Wow. It's like the soul sucker. Chariot. So yes, it has. So the White Hats took control of it is what I got. So they took control of it. Tells me that it was departing of something. So it also is progressing the movement. This is something that needed to happen for us. For this is like an objective that needed to happen. Then the full card. So yes, so it tells me um like new beginning. So it tells me something came to an end. It departed the old. They took control of it, the White Hats, and then this was a new beginning for what they were going to do. And I had the Nine of Cups. So wish come true. Tells me that they were successful. Okay. So it tells me that it was to bring emotional stability to the world. When you asked about literally emotions from around the world, Nine of Cups is emotional stability for me. That's also contentment. So it tells me that's exactly what the White Hats have done. They've changed the direction. And the Six of Wands, they were very victorious. It was for the world. So it tells me this will be brought out into the public in the future. This stuff to show the progress they've made and what they've done. So it tells me a lot of this stuff is going to be brought out into the public view. The Tower card. So yes, this is part of the release. When they release this information, there's going to be a revelation about a lot of things. Okay, it's part of the awakening. So it tells me yes, this is the help. This was helping. This is helping with the awakening, is what I'm getting. And the Five of Swords, because of they were using it for deceptive purposes to control, winning at all costs. I keep getting winning at all costs, deceptive. And the King of Cups. So yes, it's to bring emotional balance. So the Ten of Pentacles is holding up my whole reading. So it tells me very successful, long-term success. It tells me that the legacy that's left behind is going to be beautiful for the future. So it tells me this was something that needed to be done in order to progress this, and it was completed very, very successfully. So if that resonated with you, DHP, and thank you for the super chat. Would I be considered a wanderer moving from one galaxy to another? I like that song too. The Wanderer by Dion. Good song. Speaking of songs, before I forget, I have a very, very talented nephew. His name is Austin. And he has a band. It's in my description of my channel. And his band is called NVM, like N like Nancy, V like Victor, M like Mary. NVM, like Nevermind is what the band is called, but it's NVM. And he's God given, doesn't know how. He plays 6 instruments, he writes all the lyrics of the songs. He's all self-taught, like by himself. He's written like 3 or 4 albums already, and his albums, do I like all the songs? No, but no one really does. But for every song, as singer, but a lot of his songs are so awesome. They're so heartfelt, and this is how talented he is. One day he's like, I'm gonna write you. Yeah, I should write you something for being the soldier of light. I'm like, cool. So he writes something in like 10 minutes, like a little jingle for the end of my videos that he made specifically for me. And just like that, he just put a little beat behind it, played his guitar, and just was able to just let it go. So if you guys get a chance, like in my videos, as you see, like there's a song, The Words from Your Mouth. He's very, very talented. He has a song called Marilyn that's awesome. Glimmer of Doubt is probably my favorite song that he ever written. That was like his first album. And Juggling Blade is another good one that I like. If you like, he hasn't sold out to the dark, so that's why he isn't his. But he's got a beautiful voice for a lot of you who may like some of that. He's very good at what he does. So if you guys get a chance, he's got a YouTube channel too. It's just check out his links for if you guys get a chance. If you want to check out his music, so I dig it. So I wanted to share that. They keep telling me I always play his song, "The Words from Your Mouth," like on the beginning of my video clips, and I never give him more shout outs. So Spirit told me to say something. I think it was my mom that told me, "Hey," my mom who passed away. She's like, "Hey, you need to boost your nephew up." So would I be considered a wanderer? Like we're gonna have a traveling card come out. Yes, you do. And you develop, this is for your ascension. You're mastering these things, okay? So it tells me like as an apprentice, so you're learning under a masterful teacher. So it tells me this is part of what you're doing. You do this all the time. So it tells me it's a repetitive thing, okay? Master, you're mastering, you will master it. The King of Swords. So it tells me, yes, there's truth to what you're asking, okay? So it tells me it's also to help you bring clarity to yourself, clarity to where you're going. So it tells me that's why you travel. You get clarity in these dimensions. And the Queen of Cups, you also go there and you get healing. So it tells me it's to bring it's very intuitive in nature. It also tells me though that this is something that you're meant to do. Okay, so because they're very very. So it tells me that there's 7 of Cups next. So it tells me almost like a daydream state. So it tells me that it's illusion. So you kind of come and go. That's what it tells me. It comes and goes for you when you're traveling. But it tells me that you are. And the King of Cups, can't make it up. That's your card, my friend. Tells me yes. So it tells me that this is energy involved. Okay. So it tells me that this is to help bring you balance. And you're also being supported by a teacher. I keep getting a master teacher is helping you in these higher realms. And it tells me that it's to help you maintain this, so help maintain control of what you're doing, to grow it. It's kind of like a nurturing father figure teacher. Because I have the Knight of Swords. So when you go, you also go in these dimensions also to um, you're taking action in these realms. So it tells me maybe you go off to take these specific actions. I feel like to get words communicated to you, knowledge brought to you. I feel like that's something that you're doing, and I feel like this is something with the Knight of Swords. It's you take when you go into this, they're telling me that you take it and you hit it full on. So this is for sure that the Page of Pentacles holding on my reading tells me that you're able to manifest this. This is a skill that you were given from God, and this is something that you're going to work and grow and develop more and more. You've had it since you were young, so it tells me since you were first a young spirit, a young energy. It tells me you've been working on this since you've been apprenticed this whole time. So the answer to your question, Dennis, is yes. Let's see what we get. Many high-level Masonic people believe to this day that Yeshua was a Masonic graduate. Do they truly believe this, or is this part of their brainwashing propaganda? Do they truly believe this? Okay, so in the future there won't be religion. There won't be individual religions. I already know that. We're going to start to come together. The religions are going to start to come together, and it's going to be one God, not religion. Religion is going to go away. That's been the problem. It's religion has been there as a man-made product. So yes, the Knight of Cups. To answer your question, yeah, that's what they've been told. It was proposed to them with the Knight of Cups. So it tells me it was very creative in how they proposed it, and it also tells me that they follow their heart. So it tells me once they believe that, that's what they go with. The Two of Swords, but it tells me though that they do have some conflicts with that at times. So it tells me that's presented, and they follow what they were taught. So they do have some mental conflicts with it sometimes, is what I'm getting. But in the end, they kind of just go with what they were taught. So it tells me it's the indoctrination. The Six of Wands. So it tells me yes. So it tells me that their confidence is what it is. So that's indoctrination. So when they start to have these conflicts, they go to what they know, what they've been taught, and that's what gives them the confidence. They're telling me with the Six of Wands and the Nine of or Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, that's what they've been taught. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so it tells me like that's the fruits of their labor. Whoever taught them this, it's very successful, and they've been taught that since they were younger. Because I have the Knight of Wands holding up my reading, so that means when they first come in and they're young, maybe younger teenagers, or younger energies, when they first come into the pre-Masons, they start to develop them into this scenario. Is what I'm getting. So it's when they start working on them when they're younger, like young recruits or young. I don't even know the levels, maybe a level 1, or I don't even know. So maybe something like that is when they first come in and they start to have to progress. This information is put out, so they have to defend it with that Knight of Wands. They have to continue to push forward with the knowledge that they're being given. So it tells me this is very much indoctrination. So hope that resonated with the DHB. Thank you for the super chat. Would you please do a general reading for me? Thank you. No problem. I have the Nine of Swords first, so it tells me that there's some fears, something going on. I don't know if you've been sleeping. You haven't been sleeping well, is what I keep getting. So there's something going on, some worries that I feel like you've been going through, and I feel it's something to do with your past, or something to do. I don't know if there's maybe some children involved, possibly, or something along that line. It tells me, or something that you've been worried about from when you were younger. And it tells me this is something that you keep having issues where you're not sleeping well, or you're maybe having nightmares at times. But I have the Knight of Pentacles, so it tells me that this in general that that you're persevering. Okay, so it tells me with the Knight of Pentacles as well, like something, this information is being presented to you, and like you have an opportunity. So it tells me you have an opportunity with the Knight of Pentacles, like long term. It's going to take some long term work and growth, but it's something that they're telling me that hard work, that you need to let it go. Been given the opportunity for you as a gift to release these things. It tells me something they want you to find from your past, that bring that joy back, and keep that. It tells me once you find that joy in your heart with the Six of Cups, something that you've had from you when you were younger, or something that brought you joy from your past, is continue to bring that into your present and make it a routine, is what they're telling me, so you keep your energy high. Because I have the Ten of Swords, so it tells me betrayal, some type of ending, painful ending, defeat. So it tells me maybe something is going on, I feel. So, but also with the 10, that tells me that there's completion coming for you. Okay, so whatever this is that's caused you something, I feel it's from your past. They keep telling me it's something that keeps presenting itself to you. It's what it's telling me, because I have Five of Wands, so there's going to be some conflicts, some disagreements. Okay, so maybe some tensions. I don't know what it is that I'm picking up with you, but there's something that is involved with a male energy, possibly, or something that you've had an issue with in your past. I have the Hangman, so it tells me you need to let it go. It's change is coming in your future. It's release. You need to release these things. You're telling me you've been holding on. You have some deep wounds that you need to let go of. They're telling me. Okay, so it tells me that your sacrifices are going to pay off for you. Because I have the Five of Pentacles, so it tells me lack mindset, fear, loss. So it tells me insecurity and worries. I see a lot of conflict and worries for you. Okay. I have Seven of Swords. So I don't know if you've been betrayed. Something's going on. You feel like someone betrayed you, some trickery. Something is going on with this situation. I have the Knight of Cups, though. So it tells me maybe a Knight of Cups is coming in your future. So maybe someone's going to propose something to you. Okay. And I feel like maybe you'll be brought to you. And I feel like what that is, they're telling me that they want you to follow your heart. A knight in shining armor moment is coming for you in your future. Two of Swords. So it tells me difficult decisions. You're weighing a lot of decisions. Also tells me maybe you're something that you've been waiting on is not moving along with that Hangman and the Swords. Two of Swords. So it tells me some conflict, maybe some deadlock when a situation is. Maybe something's being avoided, but it tells me that it is making progress. Even though you don't feel like it is, things are going to move along for you, okay? So there's going to be victory. You are going to make progress in this, okay? They want you to remain confident because I feel your confidence is very little with what I don't know why I keep feeling this, but I feel like your confidence has really been dampened a lot. So they want you to work on be confident, they're telling me. Because the Nine of Pentacles tells me your rewards are going to come. Okay, so it tells me that you're going to be financially stable. You're going to be able to provide. If you have children, I feel like maybe there's going to be something you're going to be able to provide for them financially. Okay, so it tells me self-sufficiency in your future. Okay, so it tells me you're going to be okay. The Emperor card is my God card, so it tells me you're protected. You're very protective. It also tells me like they want you to stand strong, stand in your truth, continue to fight. Okay, it tells me that they want you to keep your energy strong. Okay, I keep getting that. So it tells me that they want you to work on your confidence, release these things. Okay, you are making progress. Things will be brought out more, and this is part of your release. So this is also tells me that there's a lot of fears and doubts and maybe some things that you've been dealing with that you need to let go of. And it tells me that this is all going to work out for you. You have the power to do it. So you just need to stay confident and continue to manifest it that it's already done and you're successful. And it will be. So I hope that resonated with you, rural country. And thank you for the super chat. Our authors like Real World Witness Chrissy about to put the Stephen Kings out of business. Are we witnessing the beginning of this new phase? Yeah, Stephen King is a chomo. So that guy is. How do you think he became the best-selling author of all time, pretty much? And guess what? He was always selling horror. Horror. Guess who likes to do horror things? Demons and devils. And all his twisted books, if you read about them, dude, they're all about the NWO shit. All about the Jesuits. All about that stuff. Demons come with handshakes and smiles, man. And out of business. Okay. Six of Wands, yes. Tells me these new. This is to make progress. So it tells me moving out of the old and moving into something new. So it tells me this is part of it. This is something that's going to be victorious. So it tells me publicly recognized authors are going to be different than what we know from before. And the Nine of Pentacles again. So it tells me the fruits of their labor are going to be successful financially, also spiritually. So it tells me financial independence. So it tells me they're going to have rewards for putting their work in. Okay. And the Empress card. So yes, when you asked about Chrissy, especially, tells me abundance. It helps. This is what they're meant to do. So it tells me like this is part of the evolution. Things are evolving. Okay, and this is part of the actions that they're taking, and we're all taking. That's how the actions that we're doing is what's going to progress this. Okay, so it tells me this is development, and the Two of Pentacles. So it tells me like it's going to take some adapting to some of these new readers is telling me. So it tells me also society is going to be adapting to the change, what's coming, because things have been out of balance. And the Justice card, 100%, that's exactly what's going on. So it tells me justice is coming because this is what's meant to happen, clarity, balance, because things have been, as I mentioned, so out of balance with that Two of Pentacles, things are going to become balanced again, okay? This is a cause and effect. So this is what they're doing. We want to make sure that this happens. Keep pushing this information out for all these independent writers who are of the light. It tells me the Two of Swords, though, that there's going to be some things. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult situation. There maybe be some, when they put information on it, might be held back at first, or kind of stalemated, is what I'm kind of getting. And I feel like there's also a lot of writers who are avoiding this because of what the information they're going to put out and what type of response they're going to get. Maybe it's fear, but also I feel like this is something that maybe avoided. Some of them are avoiding even putting this information out. So if you're listening and you're a writer and you want to write, write, because there's a reason why you're supposed to write. Many of you are scribes for many lifetimes. You have a lot of information and knowledge to bring out, not just the sick fucks that are putting the information out and letting all their little cabal buddies spread all their bullshit around. So be the light, put your information out, and the ones you will be found. I feel that very strongly. If the divine wants your energy and your words put out because they're beautiful, people will find you. I know that. So hope that resonated with you, DHP. Thank you for the super chat. You know you don't have to pay, Delphine, but I appreciate you though. Hey, bro, last week you got in a reading that you and I had past lives together. Were we brother and sister? Very interested in what you get. One card flipped over, 10 of Pentacles. So we're family for sure. And it's something that was from our past. So we're family. Let me see. Star card. So that's another yes. So two strong yeses. So it tells me spiritually connected as well. And rejuvenated. So that's why we've been rejuvenated, brought back together. I have the Four of Cups. Four of Swords. So it tells me renewal. This is renewing energies. We're renewing energies. And the Ace of Cups. So yes, family for sure. So I feel very much so brother and sister, some type of relationship like that. So, and I got the Tower card holding up my reading. So it tells me that things were disrupted. But this is also revelation. The Tower card doesn't always mean upheaval and disaster. It just means things can be revealed, and I feel like that's what they're doing. So yes, I feel we were brother and sister, but I do feel like in our past that we have had maybe some disruption that happened, obviously, and we've been rejuvenated, renewed. We've come back many times, and I feel like we're all being brought back together for that reason, of just kind of connecting again with the souls that we've been a part of in the past. So we're here to break cycles. That's what we're here for. And I believe that. I always believed that since I was a kid. So I know that's what we're here for. So hope that resonated with you, Delphine, and thank you for the super chat. Yeah, if you guys do, go to get some readings with Delphine. So honestly, she's really good. I like how she reads for me. She'll give it to you straight. Okay. So she'll give it to you straight, and she's a good reader. So when you guys get a chance, look her up. Seriously, she's very good at readings, and she reads a little differently than me. But every reader reads differently. But she's very good. So that's why I tell her all the time, because I bug her, I chirp in her ear sometimes, even for me, just to see. I already kind of know, but I just want to see what she gives me. So, which has been good. So if you guys get a chance, check out Lady D. Okay. You guys can promote her channel in here. I don't mind that stuff, because the people who mind people promoting other channels, that's just because they're there to make what money, like the false prophets and the false truther or spirituals that DHP asked about earlier. I ask with permission of my brother, what can you tell my little brother TJ about his spirit guides tonight, or whatever message TJ needs to hear? Let's find out. So I'm going to use my ancestor cards since you're asking about guides for brother TJ. So I get the Eagle card. So the eagle card is his spirit guides are telling him to step back from what he sees and just kind of start to look at things from a different perspective. They're helping him do that. So it's basically taking things from a higher perspective. Okay. So not just seeing what's directly in front of you and to your left and right, is stepping back and seeing the whole picture. So that's what they're telling me about from his guides. They're helping him see with the eagle card. I have the stargazer. So it tells me like there's a lot of ancient with him, ancient knowledge, a lot of old spirits with him, spirit guides. So it tells me like he's setting his. They want him to set his goals higher. So it means continue to connect with spirit. They want him to connect with his guides more. If he doesn't, they want him to do this. So it tells me they want him to if he feels. I don't know if he looks up at the sky. But I keep getting they maybe want him to look up at the sky maybe at night and the stars and kind of talk, try to channel that way, because I feel like he's going to get a lot of divine knowledge at that time. Then I have the Earth Guardian. So they also tell him they want him to stay grounded. Okay. So it tells me they don't want him to get totally just chaotic and just out of whack. They're telling me they want him to stay grounded and rooted. Okay. So it tells me maybe I keep getting outside. I don't know if he goes outside a lot. They want him to go outside. So it also comes back to maybe looking at the stars and putting his feet in the ground, on the ground, barefoot, and looking up at the stars. I feel like that's the biggest thing he's going to look. He's going to get some downloads, I feel, and he's going to get they're there. They're telling me his guides are always around, but that's the time that he's really connecting. Is when he's connected to the earth, and he's looking, he's projecting the energy up to the stars and the heavens. Because I have the direction guardian, so it tells me that he has the option to choose whatever path he wants. So it tells me they're guiding him on his path. That's what his spirit guides are telling me. So it tells me that the direction he's going, they're trying to keep him in the highest vibrational energy as possible. So they're helping him maintain the direction he needs to go. Then I have the air guardian. So it tells me, because you asked me about his spirit guides, there's guardians around him all over the place. So far I have 3 guardians with him. So it tells me that they want him to, once again, that's shifting his perception. So how he views things. It tells me that they want him to look at things a little differently, start to look at things from a different perspective, the bigger picture. So it tells me like shift his perception. I keep getting that. It's all around him, and I keep getting the air too, the air guardian. So when he's outside and he's in with around, like I said, around in the outside with his feet on the ground, looking up at the stars, breathing in the air. That's what they're telling me is when they're really with him, and he gets a lot of downloads. And the moon, once again, you can't make it up. So he gets them when he's sleeping. They're always with him, but it also tells me he gets intuitive downloads when he's around, like looking at the stars, the moons. I don't know if he does that, but they're telling me that they want him to do that. Okay. He's getting intuitive messages. He's going to. And I have the winter card. So they also tells me that holding up my reading the winter, they want him to take care of himself a little bit better. So it tells me like focus a little bit more on trying to maybe better his mental health, better his physical health, whatever it is. They tell him that they want him to connect more with spirit, get grounded more, and find something. Just continue to connect to and develop this skill that he's got. He's unlocking things. He's going to do it, but they tell me he has to do it. He continues to do that. It's him working on himself, spiritually evolving. This is all part of the process, and they're going to help with that scenario. So hope that resonated with you, Tammy, and for your brother, TJ, and thank you for super chat. Let's find out, Damien. For show. Will Damien's old friends Nicholas and Scott be coming back into his life in the immediate future? Scott be coming back. I got the Hangman, so there's going to be some delays, okay? Because there's some things that need to change, some things that need to be released, they're telling me. But then I have the Lover's card, so it tells me there is connection there. So it tells me a reconnect. So it tells me after maybe some delay of maybe some time that you guys have been apart, so it tells me things are going to start to progress. So it tells me something's going to change, okay? So it tells me things need to be released. So if there's anything that happened in the past, these things need to they need to be released. the Lover's card. Then I have the Emperor card. So yeah, it tells me that this is something that's coming back to you. It tells me with the Emperor card, like there's going to be respect between you guys. There's some type of respect there, and it tells me though that there's going to be stability in this relationship in the future. The Moon card. So the Moon card tells me though that there may be some something brought out, something brought to light, maybe, and it tells me maybe there's some fears, maybe something going on, maybe something that's been brought that will be brought up. Okay, but it's not. I feel like it's meant to be brought up. The Four of Cups. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be something presented. Something's going to be brought up because you guys have been disconnected. So there's going to be some reevaluation going in your future. But the Chariot card tells me that that's going to change. They're going to start to come to you again. So it tells me that this is something that you need to work through your fears, and there's got to be some change, is what I'm getting. There's something from the past that's caused things. I guess seeing things differently. There's going to be seeing things differently because I have the Chariot. So it tells me a new direction. Okay. So change of direction. It's inevitable. It's victory. It's going to start to come. So you're going to be departing the old and there's going to be movement in progress because I have the Hierophant. So it tells me this has been something you guys have a tradition together. So maybe some type of tradition if you guys get together, used to do something together. I don't know, some type of get together or something. Maybe that's where you're going to reconnect in the future, some type of get together, like at a bar or at a get together somewhere. I feel like that's where the reconnect will happen in your future. But they look like they will be coming back into your energetic alignment once you need to let go of these fears. And there's some release needs to happen. I don't know what happened in the past with you guys, but something is changing, is what I'm getting. So I hope that resonated with you, Damien, and thank you for the super chat. I had a choice between 3 attorneys. Did I pick the right one? One card flew out. I got the 9 of Wands that flew out. So it tells me gearing up for something. So it tells me that to remain strong, okay? Let's see. This is some tests of faith that has been gone on, is what this is something that you've been dealing with, but you're almost there. Ace of Pentacles. So yes, you did. You picked the right one. So I feel like you're intuitively drawn, and it tells me that this is going to bring some type of prosperity from this, some type of win, is what I get. And a Page of Cups. So yeah, you're going to get a happy surprise from this. So it tells me you followed your heart, okay, and you're intuitively led to this, gentlemen. And the Temperance card is yes, 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 yes. So it tells me that there's gonna be harmony brought. Okay, so it tells me remain strong, remain confident, and calm. There's gonna be balance brought back to your situation because I have the Page of Swords. So it tells me you had a lot of conflicting thoughts about the situation. So there's a lot of quick talking attorneys, is what I'm getting. And what it is though I feel like he's going to be very good at communicating. Also, with this gentleman you were intuitively led to, he's going to be very good at communication. So it tells me he's very mentally strong, and I feel like smart, and I feel like he's going to be able to help you. So hope that resonated with you, Sharon. Thank you for the super chat. So DHP, I don't channel. I can try, but I only channel through my guides. So if they'll connect with it, I'll try. So it says, could you channel the entity behind the Popocatépetl volcano? It is currently going through a monstrosity eruption. What does it have? What message does it have for the people? So this is a test of faith. Okay, so it tells me that gearing up for something. So it tells me that maybe there's going to be even more destruction from this, is what I'm kind of getting. Okay, so it tells me like this is something like just continuing to push forward in this. It's like gearing up. I keep getting gearing up for something. I have the 9 of Cups, so it tells me with the 9 of Cups, so 9, so it's almost done, but it tells me there's going to be some more destruction, but it's almost done. But it also tells me like this is to bring balance. These explosion was meant to happen. It was like it was a wish from God, like it was meant to happen. It was a wish come true. And it's been building up for some time because I have the 6 of Cups. So it tells me something from the past. So it tells me like it's purifying. This is purifying. That's what I'm getting. It's purifying the earth. It needed to happen. And the Knight of Pentacles. So it's been work. This is something that's a routine. So this thing, it tells me that this goes off every so often, so many years. This is telling me it needed to happen in order to kind of cleanse the earth. And it also tells me that this is something that to conserve what the energy. But it tells me this is almost done. Okay, the 10 of, like I mentioned, with the 9 and the 9s, I have the 10 of Swords. So it tells me there's going to be some some collapses of maybe homes, collapses of things around. There's going to be some type of loss. It's going to cause loss and crisis. And it may cause some loss of life too, and some ill health, because I have the 5 of Pentacles. So it's going to have a lot of financial loss for others. It also tells me that there's going to be a lot of worry and things that are going on with the situation. But the Knight of Swords comes out. So it tells me that this was needed to be taken. So action was taken from the divine. So 8 of Pentacles, this is something that was coming for some time. It was building with the 8 of Pentacles. It was building up. It was building up, and it needed, and this is repetitive. So it tells me this happens in cycles. And this was the cycle that was meant to happen. And this fire with the Knight of Wands is fire. So it tells me this was fiery energy. Okay, so it needed to happen. So that's what it's telling me. With the Fool card, this is going to bring new beginnings from this explosion. So it's to cleanse the earth and to keep balance with the energy that needed to come out and it needed to. It tells me it was meant to. It happens in cycles, and it was this time for the cycle to explode. So I hope that resonated with the DHP, and thank you for the super chat. Some time ago, I believe that I time traveled back to the slaughter at Wounded Knee. Did I die there on the ground up by a cavalry man's bullet? So one card flipped over. That's the 7 of Cups. That's illusions. So it was an illusion that you got. Let me see. It was like a daydreaming type of illusion. So yes. So you had a vision of it. They're telling me for sure that did happen. Did he die there on the ground by a cavalry man's bullet? Ten of Pentacles. So yes, you did. Yep. That contributed to your death. Then I have the 7 of Wands. So yes, so it tells me you were defending yourself. You're defending yourself. So that's what happened. And the King of Swords. So yes, so it tells me there's truth to that. And I feel like there is some clarity that will come from that. So it tells me that's exactly what happened. And the Page of Wands. So yeah, from that point on, you discovered that. So it tells me like they want you to know why you were floating in between the realms of free spirit. So it tells me when you were free. So it tells me though that this is you were exploring. You went exploring is what I kind of get. So it tells me though that when you're free to do this, you free your spirit, you go exploring. So it tells me you're going to do more of this. And I have the High Priestess. So yes, very much so. So it tells me trust what you feel, trust what you get, because that knowledge is coming forward. Okay. So it tells me like your subconscious is really kicking into overdrive now, because you're starting to balance your intuition. And I have the Temperance card. So yes, it tells me that you were divinely protected. So it tells me this is what was meant to happen for you. It's a spiritual purpose to this. It's for your ascension, for you to continue to grow. So that's why you're seeing the things that you're seeing, Dennis. So they want you to remain calm for these scenarios that you're going to start to see more of. Okay. There's a purpose to this. It's a spiritual awakening, a spiritual growth for you. Okay, so they're starting to fill your cup. You're starting to fill your cup now. So I hope that resonated with you, Dennis, and thank you for the super chat. We hear different versions of why the dark split from the light. But looking at it from a different angle, was the whole dark splitting from the light thing an experiment all along? Flex those cards, right? So the dark splitting was away. But looking at it, the whole dark splitting from the light thing an experiment all along. No, I got the Tower card. It wasn't. So it wasn't an experiment. Okay, so it tells me though that that's a strong no too, a Tower card. So it tells me things are it was to disrupt. So the dark split from the light to disrupt the light is what I get. So there was because of the they wanted to change things is what I kind of get. I have the Knight of Wands, so it tells me that they were impulsive. This was an impulsive thing from the dark to split away from the light. So it tells me this was an army too, an army of them split away with the Knight of Wands. I have the Knight of Wands. I mean the Nine of Wands. So it tells me gearing up. They want it. So it tells me tests of faith. This is exactly what this was, is a faith test, and they failed. They went the other way. So it tells me they went away from the light. And the Nine of Cups tells me that they went there because that's what their wish was. They wanted to separate from the light. So it tells me because they wanted to do it for their own purposes, their own selfish purposes, their own contentment is what I kind of get. Because I have the Knight of Cups. They followed their heart. That's what they wanted to do. They followed it. So something was proposed to them, though. So there was a deceptor or something that was very creative, and they pushed that. They was something presented to them, this army. So the others, I feel maybe it was the dark energy that was cast down, whatever name you want to call it. I won't even give it the energy, but tells me that they followed. There was that this energy presented information to others, and the others did. They followed it. They followed this messenger, but they had a lot of conflict. So it tells me this was there. It was there, and they created conflicts. That's exactly what this was for. So it tells me like it's to stop the progress of the light. Five of Swords. So yes, conflict tells me sneakiness, deceptiveness, defeat. So it tells me is to defeat, try to win at all costs, but they didn't win. They were defeated. Tells me the Five of Swords, the dark was defeated already because I have the Ten of Wands, so completion. They did a lot of hard work, a lot of things that went into this, but they were defeated. They had a lot of burden when it came to this. The Ace of Cups tells me, though, that this is it. This is something that they're going to get an opportunity to repent from God. I get God will give them, he's going to give them the love and show them the compassion, the spiritual awakening or growth. He's going to give them an opportunity to repent and to let it flow. And he may actually let some of them come back into heaven if they haven't done some of the bad things like some of them have. He may give them an opportunity to. Tells me that there's going to be a lot of challenge. So they wanted to maintain control of the light of the light workers, the images of God that he created. It tells me they've been working on this since the inception, since we've come into existence. The humans, the son and daughters of God that he created, tells me this has been working on. They've been working on this for a long time. So he may actually give them an opportunity to repent, is what I'm getting, and renewal. He may renew them out of love. So if that resonated with you, DHP, and thank you for the super chat. Hi, Jason. Are the call centers I've heard about for when the RV takes place to exchange foreign currency set up by the white hats or the dark. Thank you. So RV centers call for redemptions. Are these RV centers exchanging the foreign currencies? Are those set up by dark or the light? 2 cards flipped over, which was the 5 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So that's wealth and security. So let me see. So there's going to be some fears, some pessimism about what's going on. So what I'm getting right now is that they're of the light. So I feel what this situation is already meant. So it tells me it's to bring abundance to people. Okay. And there's going to be very generous. So there's going to be prosperity from this. It tells me security as well. So security could mean more secure on the financial, like other currencies besides just ours, but also tells me there's going to be some, maybe a little bit of regret. So maybe tells me, or maybe some disappointment. So maybe some of the revaluations won't be as high as what's been projected, is what I'm kind of getting. So maybe that's some of the disappointment that some may experience. But also tells me though, with the Nine of Wands, that this is something that they've been gearing up for. Once again, this is something that has been resilient in the process. So this is something I've been working on. We're almost there, because I have the 9 of Cups. So it tells me wealth, luxury, gratitude. It tells me stability, contentment. So it tells me your wish comes true for the revaluation. Then I have the 9 of Cups. So it tells me it's the military. It tells me the military is involved with this. So the 9 of Cups, they're going to propose things. It tells me a knight in shining armor. Okay, so it tells me to follow your heart. You have the currencies in your possession because you've been drawn from spirit to get them. People can tell you all day, buy this, buy that. This is worth this. This is going to be worth that. But if you don't resonate with that, you're not going to buy it. I only have 2 sets of currencies that I have, and actually half of them were donated to me from someone for reading for them. So, and I didn't ask for them. They just asked me, which currency would you like? And I told them which ones I wanted, which was amazing. So tells me that there's something to this. Okay. So it tells me white hats and military. So it tells me this has been held on for some time. So it tells me this has been delayed purposely. Things have been avoided. This RV has been avoided by the dark, because I have 5 of Swords. So it's been conflict, disagreements. So this has been avoided because I know it's inevitable. So the abusive theft is they've been trying to slow this down. But it tells me at the 10 of Wands that that's coming to completion. All that burden that they've been held on to, it's done. It's completed. So it tells me the hard work that's been put in place in order to get it to this point is completed. And the 2 of Wands. So it tells me expansion for the world. When you ask about RV, that's world currencies. 2 of Wands, he's holding a world card. It's been planned. Okay. So you're going to travel. So people are going to travel to these RV centers, is what I'm getting. You're going to leave home. And this is going to help this has been planned, and it's to help progress this movement and the death of the fiat, the death of the old system. This is part of this. I feel very strongly the RV is going to be another death nail that will destroy the fiat dollar and the cabal. Yes, exactly right. It's been planned. This has been a planned destruction. So the 5 of Pentacles tells me financial loss. So it tells me there's financial loss coming. There's been a lot of worries about what's going on. They're telling me, okay? Insecurities, a lack mindset. Knight of Swords, military is involved 100%, 1000%, as Jason would say. So it tells me, yes. So there's going to be actions taken. They're going to be quick. So it tells me it's been driven to succeed. So this is going to succeed, and it's meant to happen. The High Priestess is holding in my reading, so it tells me trust. When they say trust the plan, that's exactly right. I know it sounds cliche, but it tells me trust, that there's divine intervention involved with this process, and it is here, and it will work out, and there's a plan involved, and to trust. And you trusted yourself in order to purchase those, because you got downloads from spirit that's where you should have done, and you did it. So they're acknowledging that. So I hope that resonated with you, Viviana. Thank you for the super chat. No sweat. Generating for what is coming my way for the rest of the year. Please and thank you. No sweat, Damien. Well, something's coming to an end, okay? So if you felt like you've been betrayed in your past, backstab, possibly something shady going on, that's coming to an end, they're telling me with that 10 of swords. But I have the 8 of swords after that. So it tells me that you have you have negative thoughts, okay? It tells me that you have a self-imposed restriction. You're a prisoner of your own mind at times, okay? So it tells me you're holding yourself back, entrapping your own self, okay? 6 of Wands tells me though, I feel things are going to start to progress for you. So these things that you've been waiting for, they're come to an end with that 10 of swords, okay? You need to let these self-defeating thoughts go because I feel you do that a lot. So it tells me that you're making progress. You're going to see some victory for the things you've been waiting for, okay? So they said they want you to work on your confidence. Queen of Pentacles. So it tells me you're going to be okay financially. A parent is going to provide for you financially. So it tells me that's what's going on. So it tells me they want you to nurture yourself. Release these negative thoughts, are telling me to continue to work on growing yourself spiritually. It tells me put things into practice, things that you don't change your routine a little bit, not your whole routine, but change something a little bit. Try to focus more on yourself a little bit more, they're saying. Because I have the Queen of Cups, so it tells me there's some nurturing coming, there's some healing coming. They want you to heal yourself, nurture yourself. So it tells me emotional stability is also coming for yourself, for you. So it tells me they want you to take care of yourself. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. So you're going to have financial security. I feel within the next 4 months, you'll start to see something with your financial security. Okay. So maybe some completion of something maybe you've been waiting for. And it tells me that they want you to maintain control, okay, of your emotions. That there's things being held on to right now that's going to be released, but you are going to be financially secure moving forward. Because the judgment card, there's going to be a judgment coming. So I don't know if there's something court case or something going on. It tells me that there's going to be judgment. Okay, it's going to come. It's going to be there's going to be a new phase for you, a rebirth. So it tells me you're going to be redeemed. Okay, so it tells me this is something that needs to happen, a reckoning. So it tells me that this is something that's coming forward from your past that is going to be better for you. It's going to work out for you. A new phase is coming. Okay, so the King of Wands is holding in my reading. So it tells me they want you to stay strong. You're going to overcome these obstacles. Okay. They want you to work on your confidence. That's the biggest thing that I'm getting. Okay. Stay confident. You're being well protected. It's a father figure is coming through, and he's telling me that you are protected. He's helping this situation along. So it tells me that he wants you to maintain your emotional balance, work on yourself, let go of these worries, because he says you're hurting yourself by the way you think sometimes. So release these negative thoughts and these defeating thoughts, and then tell me once you're able to do that, you're going to make such great progress. Things are going to open up for you because your energy is kind of holding yourself back because things you're holding on to. But it says your financial security is coming in your future. So hope that reading resonated with you, Damien. Thank you for the super chat. Dawn 86. Can you see where my relationship with my toxic brother is leading me? So I got the 8 of Swords for you as well. So it tells me there's negative thoughts, okay? It tells me there's a lot of self-imposed things, okay? Victim. I getting a victim mentality. So it tells me you're entrapment with this. So it tells me that you hold yourself back sometimes. But I also have the 6 of Wands for you as well. So it tells me that there's something, you're going to make progress, okay? So it tells me you guys are going to make some progress moving forward. So it tells me this is what was meant to happen. So this is something that they want you to let go of. You're holding yourself back, okay? So they're telling me there's a lot of negative thoughts. I have the Queen of Pentacles, so that comes back to, once again, for you, that comes back to nurturing yourself, putting things into practice. Tells me like um, finding something that you do for yourself. They're telling me something you like to do for yourself. Not focus on your brother's energy. They're telling me to focus on your energy, to nurture yourself, to focus on yourself, because they're telling me with the Eight of Swords that you hold yourself back a lot. There's a lot of victim stuff that I feel, and there's a lot of negative thoughts. I have the Hanged Man, so it tells me you need to release some things. This is a change is coming for you guys. So it tells me you're going to see things different than before. I feel both of you. So it tells me new perspective, but there also tells me there's a lot of letting go that needs to happen. And the Lover's card. So it tells me that there's going to be harmony coming in your future again with you two. A relationship, a union is coming back. But it tells me like this is a realignment is coming. Okay. So it tells me though that there's some things that you guys need to look at things from different perspectives. And I feel like this is something that will happen. I have the Knight of Pentacles, so I feel he's younger than you. So this brother, so it tells me this is what it's going to take some hard work on his part and your part, but you both have to take responsibility. That's what they're telling me. So you both have to take responsibility for what's going on. Because I have the Tower card, so things you need to release these things. Both of you need to release this stuff. So it tells me a change is coming. Okay, a change is coming. So it tells me that there's going to be some type of revelation. Things are going to be revealed, and things are going to kind of start to flow at that point. The Knight of Wands. So yeah. So it tells me like energy is going to be exchanged. So it also tells me with the Knight of Wands, maybe impulsive type energy at times. I don't know if it's from your brother who's more impulsive. I keep getting that possibly. But it tells me there's going to be transition. So it tells me in your future, I feel that you're going to be traveling. There's going to be someone traveling either to you, he to you, or you to him. I don't get it at this point, but there's going to be travel, I feel. And it tells me moving. You're going to transfer, moving out of troubled waters, leaving the old baggage behind. So this is a transition in the future for you guys. There's going to be some things brought out and revealed. So after that, I feel like there's going to be things moving on, releasing. Keep getting releasing. And then the King of Cups. So there's going to be a emotional balance for him in the future. Also for you, I feel like you're going to be supportive. You guys are going to support each other. So the Eight of Wands is holding up my whole reading. So it tells me that there's going to be news coming. There's going to be words traveled. And I feel that the news and the things that are going to come are going to kind of change maybe how you guys view things, or you guys are going to see things a little differently possibly. And it tells me this is something that is going to be worked on for some time. It's not going to be a fast moving card because of the Hangman and the Knight of Pentacles are slow moving cards, but it tells me that this is work. Work is happening. So they want you to focus on you, to release the things that you can release, and your brother will focus on himself. And then when the energy is in alignment, God will bring you guys back together, because it looks like that will happen. So hope that resonated with you, Donna, and thank you for the super chat. Love you, Jason. My brother is very civil around me in public. On a phone, he will call and start cursing at me without me saying a word. Is this just someone that is insecure, or is an evil entity possessing him? Let's find out. Wants to know, is he just insecure, or is it an evil energy that's possessing? Read the card that you know I want to see if it's there. Thank you. Yeah, it's insecurity. So I feel there's some type of death from the past. Some type of death from the past that really bothers him. He's holding on to this energy. So it tells me maybe an energy or some type of painful ending or something that happened in the past that he's got some resentment from it. So it tells me that change has led to him being the way he is. He's got a lot he's holding on to. So it's insecurity for him, I feel, when he lashes out at you. I have the judgment card. So he does call you. I get calls. He calls you and he speaks to you this way. So it tells me, like, believe it or not, they ask you for forgiveness, almost like he's cussing. I feel like it's a release for him because he doesn't know how to release this stuff. So it tells me, though, that because you have the strength for this. And I get that very much so, because the moon card tells me he's got a lot of fears and insecurities. So it tells me, like, this is what he does. He's how he comes out with his anxieties. He doesn't know how to take care of it. So there's something from his past, a death or something that happened to him that was traumatic that caused him to have these types of issues where he's holding on to this stuff. And it tells me his calling to you is a way of him kind of releasing these fears and these anxieties and these insecurities. Because I have the Knight of Pentacles. That's you. So he does. So it tells me, Lo, that he looks to you, even though you may not think of it, he looks to you kind of like for nurturing and guidance or something. So it tells me it was like he feels maybe better when he gets off the phone. I think you bring his energy up, even though he's swearing. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's a connection there. He feels better, like he accomplished something when he gets done. Because I have the Knight of Cups after that, so it tells me that that's what he's doing. He's bringing something over the phone to you, and it feels like that's what he needs to do. So I feel like this is a way of his heart, because I keep getting following his heart. It's a way for his heart to kind of open up a little bit. So even though it seems rough and it seems harsh, I feel he comes to you because your energy is connected. The 10 of Pentacles. So yes. So it tells me family, very much so. Like this is successful. It'll be long-term success for him. And it tells me like this is something that you bring him security, believe it or not. And the 8 of Pentacles tells me this has been going on for some time now. So it tells me he's been trying to work on things. He's been trying to understand some of these things, I feel. Understand some of these things. He's been slowly working on some things. So it tells me he's going to continue to work on them, and you're working on yourself as well. So this is not only a test for him, it's a test for you that God has put you in with that judgment card. So God has called you to this. And it tells me sometimes that even our missions are very hard when we feel defeated and are constantly getting barraged with negativity and ugliness. There's a reason, because there's a calling for you. Is the reason why we have the things in our energetic fields. So it tells me this is a huge test for you, and there will be a reckoning for you. There will be something that will be a reckoning for him and your relationship. So, okay, so it tells me it's just insecurity. I didn't see any. I asked for specifics when I asked for something, and I didn't get anything negative. That I keep getting is just insecurities from a death from your past, some type of death or something that happened that he's been holding on to that he has a lot of resentment for. So I hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat. Caroline. Whoa. Thank you. Wow. Thank you for that was very generous of you. Much love. My husband and I experienced a life-changing event since we buried his father 2 weeks ago. Any advice? One card flew out. So yes, the first card that flew out was the 6 of Swords. So this is a transition period for you. So something happened after the transition from his father. So it tells me moving on. Okay, so it tells me this is a time to move along. Okay, and the 10 of Cups. So it tells me like yes. So it tells me things are gonna a significant event after his. So it tells me though that he wants you to know that you're loved. He's loved, his son. So it tells me things are going to come into alignment for you, even though they may have been a significant life event. This is a transition period. So things are going to come into alignment for you moving forward, and you're going to be very content. There's going to be inner happiness again and fulfillment. The King of Pentacles also tells me this is a father figure coming through right now. So he's also telling me that he wants you to know everything's going to be okay. It tells me that you're going to be okay. You're going to have financial security moving forward. Also tells me like he wants him to continue to be strong. His son. It tells me to continue to be the man of the house for him, is what he's telling me. It tells me that to be generous and stay disciplined. He says, stay disciplined. The star card tells me though that to remain calm. Okay, so it tells me that there's hope. That I know it feels rough now, but to remain calm. This is a good spiritual omen, okay, for you. And there's going to be rejuvenation. So if you're feeling out of sorts, it's I keep getting tell him to leave it behind, let it go, let that all that burden go, all that stuff from the past. In my transition, it's okay. I'm doing beautifully. I'm happy. I'm content. With that 10 of Cups, it tells me he's divinely loved. He's in the with God. The King of Pentacles, which is God as well. So it tells me though that he's secure. He wants you. He knows that he wants you to know that he watches over you guys and protects you. Because he tells me though, when it comes to the Star card, that this was something very spiritual in nature that you guys may be experiencing. Okay, so it tells me that this is something that's good for you guys. This is good. This is a good omen. This is something that's meant to happen. They're telling me, because Justice card comes out. So it tells me there's going to be truth and clarity coming from this scenario. So it tells me, though, that there's going to be balance brought back. You may feel out of balance now. Balance is coming for you in the future, okay? So it tells me, like, this is something that will happen. It was meant to happen. It was karmic in nature. It was time for that to happen. And the Six of Pentacles. So it tells me financial abundance. Tells me that there's something he's telling me that be generous. Something coming to you is going to be very generous. It tells me financially. So you're going to receive something, okay? But they also tell me they want you to share that. This is something you're going to share. What he's telling me. He says be very, very generous with these things that you're going to get. Because I have the Eight of Swords. So it tells me maybe there's some negative thoughts. And I can understand that with the loss. So it tells me maybe a lot of victim, like why him, what's going on, I don't understand why he's left. I feel like I keep getting that is a lot of the whys. So it tells me that's holding himself back as well as yourself. So it tells me negative thoughts, self-imprisonment. It tells me he wants you to let that burden go. That's what that Six of Cups or Six of Swords was in the beginning, excuse me. It tells me swords are thoughts and words. So it tells me this is transition. Just time to let the old go and just focus on the new. Because the Six of Wands comes out next. So he tells me once you let this go, you're going to make such great progress, and you're going to be he's telling me that he's great. He feels great. He tells me he wants you to have that. He says this is part of the progress that needed to happen. So it tells me that he wants you to know that this is part of the journey. Things are progressing as they should. Okay. And this tells me like there's this victory. So whatever this stuff that you've been battling, you're going to be victorious. You're going to overcome this. The Hermit card. So it tells me there's some time to kind of go inside and reflect. He wants him and you to, if you're having some of these issues and things going on, he wants you to reflect. It tells me this is where he's always with you. He's going to bring you knowledge. He's going to bring you wisdom. But also tells me this is something that you're being guided. You're being guided. So he wants you to kind of connect with quiet your mind, because the Eight of Swords tells me prisoner of your own mind, a thinker, a worry thinker. So it tells me they want you to kind of slow your breathing down, calm yourself, and go inside, and you're going to start to feel better. And you're going to get some downloads. You're going to get some. I feel he's going to feel a little bit better as he does this, more of a routine, and as well as you, because I got the Nine of Swords. So it tells me a lot of sleepless nights. There's a lot of worries. There's a lot of anxieties, is what they're telling me. So hopelessness. There's some despair there. Like why? I keep getting whys. So it tells me there needs to let go of this. Okay. Page of Swords. So it tells me though that he's gonna communicate. So it tells me there's gonna be messages coming. He's gonna speak with him. He's gonna get messages, and there's gonna be like maybe something that reminds you of him, something along that line. I feel he's gonna be speaking. That's gonna be his way of communicating. He's gonna be communicating with you. Because I got the Two of Pentacles, so it tells me that he wants you, the decisions that you're making, he says he wants you to weigh them. Okay. He's telling me that you're going to adapt to this out of balance that you're in now with that Two of Pentacles. You're going to adapt, and he's going to help you. Because I have the Ace of Wands. So it tells me victory, tells me a new beginning. This is part of the growth for him, growth for you. And this is part of his journey. It needed to happen. It was inevitable. It was karmic in nature. So tells me that this is something that there's a lot of potential. He's saying that you're going to have you so much potential for you, limitless, to release these negative thoughts and these hurt and this burden that you need to let go of. He's in a beautiful place. He's happy. He's fulfilled. He's content. He wants you to be the same. Ten of Pentacles tells me financial. There's going to be financial abundance in your future. I don't know if he's left any type of inheritance or something. Something along that line, I feel, will come for you. There's going to be something financial. Ten of Pentacles tells me that he loves you, that everything for your family, that he's proud of the stuff that he's left behind. He wants you to do the same. And what you leave behind for the next generation. Just continue to build for the future. And he tells me that all will be well. So hope that resonated with you, Caroline. And thank you for the super chat, the very generous super chat. Can you look to see if my ex-husband's family is connected to the deep, dark cult? Also, my adopted brother's biological family. All right, let's find out. This Jules, ex-husband's family connected to the deep, dark cult. Pole one. It was her biological or adopted biological family. Were they option 2? Were they nefarious as well? Yes. Your ex-husband's family, yes. So they collaborated. So it tells me yes, and it was for money. So it tells me that there was some type of a female, especially, was into like dark stuff. I get maybe something she put into practice. So maybe magic, some type of magic or something like that. Because I get the Ace of Cups. So it tells me yes. So it tells me spiritual, some type of spiritual magic that they used is what I'm getting very much so with your ex's family. Then I have those are 3 strong yeses too. Then I asked for pull 2 of your biological family or your brother, your adopted brother's biological family. So I get no's with your biological family. They just had some challenges. Looks like. So I get all 3 no's for the bottom for your biological. I get the 7 of wands. So it tells me they had a hard time maintaining control of the things that they did. So they had a lot of defeats and a lot of defensive energy, is what I feel. I have the King of Swords, so it tells me that there was maybe some father figures or maybe older figures. Maybe there was some issues with that. But it tells me though that discipline. I keep getting discipline. I don't know if you're harshly disciplined from a father figure. Maybe that's what I'm getting because I have the Death card, so that's also another no card. So it tells me like no strongly for them. But just unfortunately that was just. A transition period for you and for them. So something was completed. So it tells me like that came to a completion and it was for you to move along. Because I got the Knight of Wands. So it tells me though that this was all for your journey. It was all put in your path to keep you moving forward and to keep fighting for the things that you needed to fight for. So this is what I feel your ex-husband's family, very much so, a female especially, was involved. The second one with your adopted brother's biological family, no. I just think they had a hard time with their life and what they were doing. So there was a lot of negativity from the father figure. He had a hard time maintaining control of some things. I feel like he had a lot of bad thoughts in his head about a lot of things. So I feel like maybe he was angry, is what I'm kind of getting, and maybe he was a disciplinarian, is what I kind of get. Maybe like I don't know what that looks like yet, but it tells me some discipline, something to do with discipline was involved. So, but I don't see anything with the cult or anything like that, like the ex family you had. So, hope that resonated with you, Jules, and thank you for the super chat. Hi, Jason. What happened to my Instagram account? Thank you. Oh, do you want me to tell the truth? No, I'm just kidding. Let's find out. You know me, Chrissy. I'm going to tell you what's up. I don't hold stuff back, man, because I don't need to. What happened to Chrissy's Instagram account? Please and thank you for your assistance. Find out, Chrissy. I got the world card. The sun card. Wow. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So you completed something. So this is what this was. So once you completed something, you were looking to push your accomplishment out. That is, I believe that's maybe your book or something along that line. I feel like there was something involved with that. You were celebrating the completion of something with the world card. So then I had the sun card. So you were very happy about it. You were very success. It was joyful for you. So tell me that this was amazing. This was a rebirth of something. So I don't know if you used to write before. Tells me that maybe this was something you did again. So this is something you found joy in, and it was your passion. And I have that. This was the sun. It was a very positive pleasure. It was a pleasure of yours to write this book. And I feel like there's a message with this because it tells me with this message, it's going to help a lot of people progress. The Three of Wands is going to help you financially. It also tells me that this is expanding. So this is an enterprise for you. So it tells me this is not going to be your first book or only book. It tells me an enterprise is coming. So it tells me you're going to do multiple ones off of this. So it tells me this is part of your expansion. And I feel like this was downloads from you that you got from off world as well. But I feel like your Instagram was shut down because of your competition. I got Five of Wands. That's rivalry, competition, conflicts, disagreements, and it's to cause tension and strife with the Five of Wands. So then I have the Eight of Pentacles. So it tells me that this was something that that they've done more than this to one person. This is repetitive. This is a repetitive thing, the Eight of Pentacles. So it tells me a master at this was the one who was involved with this. So it tells me that, and I keep getting, they have apprentices. So this master has others underneath them is what I get. So I have that this was something they do a lot. This is repetitive. So this is what they did for you. I have the Seven of Cups. So it tells me like it was a choice that was made. They made a choice to do this, to shut it down. It was a choice. It was an opportunity was brought. The Three of Cups. So it tells me this wasn't, it was a group. It wasn't just one. It tells me there is somebody in charge though. Somebody who's a master at this, but it tells me there's a group of them, a group of three that were involved with this as well. And they celebrated the shutdown of your channel. It was a collaboration and a community, believe it or not, and Instagram is a community. So it was something to do with that. And it was for money. So there was some type of kickback. And they did it for financial security reasons, is what I get. Very much so. Yep. Because you were going to contribute something beautiful to the collective. And the Page of Swords, there were young energies that were involved with this. So it tells me because of the knowledge that you're dropping, people have the thirst for knowledge. And it tells me that this was something that was going to be very good. It was going to be very good. And the energies that were wanted to shut down were very restless. And the Six of Swords. So yeah, because this was a transition. This was like a dark versus light thing I get. This is helping transition, believe it or not. So it tells me this needed to happen and it's going to progress. The Ten of Wands is holding in my reading, Chrissy. So it tells me that it was completed. They did complete it. But it tells me that this was something that there's going to be some truth coming from this. And this energy that they've had is some burden. There's a lot of burden that came with this energy, a lot of negative burden that comes with it, that's closing your energy down. So it tells me that there's going to be some justice without pulling any more cards. So it tells me it's gonna come back around for you. It's going to be even better. So it tells me that the dark that put the energy in to shut it down, that's going to be, they're going to have a lot of burden that comes with it, and it's going to be done. They're going to come to an end, a very, 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 very burdensome end is what I get. So I hope that resonated with you, Chrissy, and thank you for the super chat. Angela C. Let me see if there's a question. I'll make sure I don't miss anything from you. If not, thank you for the super chat. Much love, much love. Let me see. Sharon or Angela. Let me see. Angela. Please do a general reading for me. Not sure if you saw my 20 super chat yet. I just did. Let's see. Angela. Who would you like to tell me for Angela, please? I got the Wheel of Fortune. So it tells me something is changing for you, okay? So it tells me moving forward, there's going to be a turning point for you. It's a completion of a karmic cycle. It tells me good luck for you. But I have the Two of Pentacles next, so it tells me maybe there's some things that you're going to try to adapt to. So maybe something you're going to do with your time, maybe moving forward, maybe some decisions that you may make moving forward. It tells me that turning point, I feel, will be some decisions that you're going to make. And that decision, I feel, will be very successful for you because I have the Ace of Wands. So it tells me that there's something new coming. Okay, so it tells me something new. You're going to be inspired again, a new project or something that's going to come to you. And I feel like you're going to have an urge possibly to create something, inspiration. I keep getting that. There's opportunity for you. This is part of your growth, as I feel. But I have the Ten of Swords next. So it tells me once again, that's maybe a painful ending of something, maybe some betrayal. Maybe there's some wounds that you need to heal, is what they're telling me. Maybe something that is coming to completion for you from your past, that turning point, some old wounds, maybe something like that you have to get rid of. Because I have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles tells me that they want you to continue to work hard as you have been. Work on yourself. So it tells me that conserve your energy, conserve just the beautiful things that you love to do. You want to continue to conserve them for yourself. It also tells me though that they want you to start taking a little more responsibility as you have been and work towards changing the bad habits and the negative thoughts that you may have had in the past. Because I have the Tower card next, so it tells me there's things that are being revealed. So it tells me that there's an awakening happening for you, and it tells me that there's some release that needs to happen. So that turning point, these decisions that you've made from your past, this it's coming to an end. Okay, so it tells me that you've been working on this possibly. So it tells me that this is something you're releasing. So once you release this, you're going to have that aha moment. They're telling me it's coming. Because I have the Knight of Wands, so it tells me yes, they want you to remain strong and passionate. So it tells me they want you to take action, and inspired action at that. It tells me remain passionate in the things that you like to do. As I keep getting for you, conserve the things that you like to do and find a passion and find that joy in your heart again. Because the Three of Pentacles tells me you're building something. Tells me your work. You're just continuing to work. So it tells me maybe I don't know if you have others around you. It tells me you're learning. You're learning a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about yourself and others around you. Are telling me. So this is something that you're building. So it tells me implementation as well. They want you to implement, like I mentioned, the things that you like to do, or implement something that brings you joy to your heart. They're telling me that's what they want. They take that action and implement something that you enjoy doing. Because the King of Cups tells me though that maintain control. It tells me they want you, by doing this, is going to help you maintain emotional balance. So that's what it tells me. The Two of Pentacles, maybe sometimes you're a little out of balance. So it tells me that finding something that you enjoy doing, and then conserve it and continue on. And it tells me that's going to help bring you emotional balance, because I feel you're an empath. I feel you feel a lot of energies around you as well, because the Fool card tells me trust in life. Okay. Tells me that faith, trust in faith, and then that you're on a new journey. This is part of your path. So it tells me that they want you to find pleasure again. Once again, find something that you enjoy doing. That's the biggest message you're telling me. Okay. And then the Moon card. So it tells me your intuition is growing. So it tells me there is some fears, but there is telling me that they want you to let go of the anxieties and the fears. Okay. So it tells me you get intuitive messages when you sleep. So it tells me that they want you to continue to grow spiritually, as I mentioned. Find something you enjoy doing. They're telling me that by you doing the thing that you enjoy, it brings you emotional balance, which in turn raises your vibration, and in turn opens your aura up, opens your chakras up, opens your intuition up, opens a lot of things to the divine, and they want to speak with you. So that's what they're kind of giving me at this point. Okay, Angela, I hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat. All right. I would like to know about my spiritual progress and why I don't have confidence in my abilities. All right. I'm going to ask my ancestor cards. I have the White Witch. So it tells me this is your light. Your light. It tells me they want you to be the light, as we always talk about. And that's just not just a catchphrase. That means being the light. That means you have to focus on your inner light. Okay, that's the purpose of why I feel your spiritual abilities haven't kicked in yet, is because you're not focusing so much on the you. And that just means like releasing things that we hold on to from our past, things that people that we've hurt, regrets, people that have hurt us. Those are things that we can say all day that we forgive, but we really don't. We have to forgive from a place of divine love and peace. When we do say we've released and forgive, that we really release and forgive it. So this would tell me they want you to be the light. So it tells me they want you to focus more on your inner light, is what I'm getting. Because I have the fire guardian. So I feel once you do that, it's going to ignite things inside of you. So it tells me the flame will be ignited for you. So your abilities will kick into overdrive with the fire guardian. I have the broken arrow. So I feel like this is about peace. I feel like you need to find peace in your soul. And I feel that that's the biggest part of it for you with the broken arrow. Is there's some peace, there's something going on that you need to have to come to peace with. That comes back to what I mentioned, that light, working on the inner light inside, because then it'll ignite your everything in you, the gifts and your abilities. Because I have the water guardian, that's emotions. That tells me once again, embracing there's some emotional things that you need to become more balanced with. Okay, find peace with these emotional and find emotional balance. They're telling me the water guardian, so that's all emotions for water. So they're telling me that your inner peace, the inner light, and your emotional balance. Once you find that in the inner peace, you're going to ignite those gifts. I have the summertime, so this summer, I feel you're going to start to expand a lot more. Okay, so it tells me that they want you to find, once again, as I mentioned in the previous reading, find something that you enjoy. That's what they're telling me. Find that joy, that emotional balance. Find something that you enjoy because it brings you emotional balance when you do it. That's what they're telling me. Be the light. That's what the summer card also tells me. I keep getting light for you. Light, light, light. So the inner light, the inner work. And I know it sounds cliche, as I mentioned the other times. It's not, though. It tells me spirit is very strong, telling me you have the light inside of you with that white witch. That doesn't mean literal witch. It just means be the light. Be the light that's inside of you. Work on it, grow that light inside, and this is when things are going to expand. So it tells me the summer, as the sun is out, get outside more, get out into the summer, get out into nature. They're telling me that will actually help you kind of grow. I have the sun, exactly what I just said, literally. So it tells me the sun card. So get out into the sun, get out into nature. It tells me that that's it. Your light is expanding. Okay. So it tells me you're going to be successful and happy in your future. Once you find this emotional balance, it tells me there's some things you need to work on. You need to let go of. So you need to find that inner peace. They're telling me once you find the inner peace and emotional balance, you're gonna. I keep getting. You're gonna set these gifts afire. They're gonna be ablaze for you, and they're just gonna take off. And the sage card. So you have to be devoted to it and committed to it. Tells me it's something that you're working on. Stay committed. Work on it. Continue, and this will be something you're going to continue to grow with. Okay. And the moon card. So you're going to start to get intuitive messages. Or tell me, once again, you asked about abilities. When this situation starts to come, your intuition is going to grow. Your aura is going to grow. You're going to get downloads quicker. You're going to start to understand things. Your abilities will be ignited, as I mentioned. And the Sky Father, holding up my reading, that's God for me in this deck. So that's like the Emperor card. So it tells me trust. Keep trusting that you're on the path, you're working. God is watching over you. He's telling you, it's exactly what God said. Trust, trust, and find that inner peace. That's the hardest thing for all of us to do, is find the inner peace. It's hard to find inner peace when you have a lot of distractions around you. You're stuck on the hamster wheel with work and kids and running things around and money. And it's hard to find the inner peace when you have everything around you telling you not to find the inner peace. but only you can find the inner peace. No one else can help you with that. It's you and only you with God the Father that can literally help you find peace. And once you do that, I feel you're going to see things just kind of start to spark and go beautifully for you. So hope that resonated with you, Lone Star Galaxy, and thank you for the super chat. I know it sounds crazy when you talk about slaying demons. I've removed at least 4 that I can remember very vividly, a fight between a demon and myself, removing them from people. And I did. I was very successful at it. So it's crazy that that's all stuff. That's a true story. And I would not bullshit or say anything that it was not true, that I felt in my soul. I've always felt that. And I've always felt that. I always felt when it was before I was being chased when I was younger, it was always by the devil. It was never by a demon or anything. I was never concerned about that. It was always the devil that was after me, specifically the devil. So, and I always used to say that. One time I almost got sucked into a portal, a dark portal. I felt it. I was being sucked into it. So I've had some crazy dreams in my day, but I've also seen that Stairway to Heaven. And I've also seen the Last Supper where Jesus was coming towards me with his hands out. I've also rescued children, taking them up to the light to heaven. So the devil in the darkness knows who I am. I guarantee it. So I'm not saying that to sound arrogant, but when I say that I've slain demons, that's a true story. 100%. Happy to see you, Jason. What message does Spirit have for me? Thanks, sending you light, love, and dragons. You are my sunshine. Well, I'm going to pull my ancestor cards because I'm liking the messages that they're giving me tonight. I'm kicking some butt. So I have the arrow card, okay? So the arrow card tells me they want you to surround yourself with energies, protective energy. So I don't know if you call in enough protection for you. So I feel like your energy is very good. So I feel like your energy, when it's open though, that you can draw in the negative energy with it as well, because your light is beautiful. So it tells me they want you to work more on protecting your energy and asking for protection more. Because I have the heart guardian. So it tells me like, you also to let things go. Also open your heart. That's what it tells me. When your heart is open and you're connected, they're telling me that's when they want you to ask for protection, because your heart, I keep getting, you're very generous. Your heart is very generous. So it tells me when your light shines in your heart. So it tells me you also attract the good, but you also attract the not so good at times. So it tells me when it comes to that, ask for protection, but also tells me they want you to continue to open your heart, to open to love, loving yourself and loving others unconditionally. Because I have the oracle. So the oracle card tells me that you're very intuitive. So you get downloads. It tells me that when your heart is open, that's why I feel like as the oracle that you need to protect your energy. So I feel that you have a lot of gifts. I don't know if you use them enough, but it tells me that that you do connect a lot with spirit, but you attract a lot of energy. So that's why I'm kind of getting the most for you is protect your energy when you are maybe trying to meditate, or you're asking God for signs, or you're asking your guides for signs. I keep getting that. The intuition part, the oracle part of you, because you're very intuitive, they're telling me that you need to protect yourself with the dark energy. Because I have the high priestess next. You're very intuitive. I keep getting that. You're intuitive. So it tells me though they want you to continue to work towards increasing that, that harness that intuitiveness, harness that mystic power that you have. It tells me you have divine feminine knowledge, it tells me to trust yourself. So it tells me to continue to trust what you get, what you feel. That's the biggest thing, is what you feel. not what you think, what you feel. So they're telling me that's what the heart guardian comes into play. So when you feel it, they're telling me that's when you need to, that's what you roll with. That's what you should move forward with. It tells me that they want you to protect your energy, though. That energetic boundary I keep getting is very important for you. I get the Sky Father. So that's telling me God is watching out for you. Okay. So he says, trust. Keep getting trust between the high priestess and God. Trust. What you're getting, things are happening for you, not against you. They're happening for you. So trust. Okay. You're very well protected. And then the Sun card. So there's going to be some joys, and you're going to enjoy a lot of success and happiness moving forward. Okay. So it tells me find something once again that you like doing, and then bring that. It helps bring emotional balance, and it brings your vibration up. So it tells me that's something that you can do. Um, and always protect your energy. I feel like that's something that's the biggest message I keep going back to is she needs to protect her energy more, because the more you're trying to expand your knowledge and open up your gifts and your chakras and your auras, once again, you attract the light. But if you don't ask for the protection and you're diligent on it, you're going to also attract the ones that don't want the light to be so bright. So it tells me there's going to be some great happiness for you. I have the Sage card. So it tells me be committed to that. Okay. Stay committed to protecting your energy. Stay committed to trying to connect with spirit more. They want you to connect to spirit from the light, because you have very good divine knowledge. It tells me to trust. Then the moon, your intuition, you get intuitive messages. So it tells me protect your energy when you're connecting to spirit. I keep getting that message the highest for you. So it tells me they want you to do that. So be devoted to protecting your energy, continuing to try to grow your divine knowledge and intuition that you have, because it is expanding. But connect with God and ask for protection. Okay. So the medicine guardian says this is time for you to heal. And it tells me that your knowledge that you have is very healing. Your messages that you can relate to others are very healing. And I feel like that's something they want you to do with the medicine guardian. It's time for you to kind of heal yourself. And maybe you're a healer. I feel like maybe you're helping someone, or maybe you'll be helping, or you've helped people take care of them. That's what they're telling me, that they're actually watching out for you as well, but they actually want you to protect your energy, make it something that you're committed to all the time, because it tells me that these gifts are going to continue to grow for you. And being the oracle, that you're going to get some great intuitive downloads and messages that you'll be able to project moving forward. So hope that resonated with you, Art My Sunshine, and thank you for the super chat. Anna sells KC. Hardcore. Did you guys know my last video was ended at 333? You know, I'm a life path number 3. You know, my last 2 houses have added up to 9, the address on my house, which is 333. Just wanted to share that with you. There's no coincidences. So I'm just sitting here reading cards, and when I channel, I get all hot and get flustered, and I get sweaty. So it tells me the energy is so strong. Well, Anna, I get the 9 of Swords first. So it tells me maybe there's going to be some sleepless nights for you at times, some energy maybe as you're going to get some downloads. But it also tells me, because I get insomnia, okay, but it also tells me maybe there's some worries for you. I don't know if you have anxiety or some fears you're telling me, but I feel like that's something they're telling me that you may experience moving forward. I have the King of Wands, so it tells me maybe there's some visions that you're getting, maybe in dreams or nightmares or something, or you have a history of this. But it tells me though that you're going to overcome these things. Okay, so it tells me in the next for the summertime. I don't know about your career. They want you to remain focused on what you're doing or where you're progressing to. But I feel like you're going to overcome these obstacles that you've had issues with in your past. Because I have the 10 of Wands next. So it tells me completion. You're a hard worker, they're telling me. There's a lot on your plate, okay? You have a lot of extra responsibilities, they're telling me. So it tells me that's going to come to completion for you. They want you to release this burden, okay? So it tells me take some things off your plate because I have the world card. So it tells me travel. You're going to travel in your future in the summertime for sure. So it tells me that you're good at what you're moving for towards. You're going to accomplish once again with the Ten of Wands, which is completion in the world, which is accomplishment. So it tells me completion. It's something that needs to happen. You're going to travel, possibly overseas. I don't know if you planned that yet, but it feels like maybe you're going to plan something. You may take a trip overseas somewhere because I have the Sun card. So it tells me there's going to be happiness, success. So your hard work tells me maybe there was some sleepless nights because of your hard work in your past or something that you really do. So it tells me you maybe you're going to accomplish this. And it tells me that this is the you need to a rebirth. So maybe a trip or some type of celebration is going to be in your future. So it tells me that you're going to have joy. It's going to be somewhere warm that you're going that you're going to enjoy. There's going to be water around it. They're telling me, okay. So it tells me that to celebrate your success, I feel like that's what they want you to do with the situation. Because I have the Eight of Pentacles. So it tells me, that this is something that you've done. So maybe it's something you've been working on. Maybe there's something that projects or whatever it is. It tells me you're going to, something you do all the time repetitively. So this may be something you do for work, something along that line. I feel like it's something that you do, but you're very good at it. So it tells me you're getting better and your skills are getting better and better at this. Because I have the Four of wands, so it tells me celebration. Okay, so celebration for you in your future. So it tells me harmony. Um, I don't know, some type of get together. So maybe I don't know if this is a work get together or family get together, something in your future. I feel like you're going to be. It's going to be a great celebratory moment for you. There's a lot of great homecoming, beautiful success, joy. I feel like that's in your future. And I have the Empress card, so it tells me financially secure for you in your future. So good financial abundance coming for you, developing. Okay, tells me you're going to become very accomplished in the things that you're doing. Tells me this is part of your evolution and you're continuing to grow. Okay, so it tells me that this is something that you need to do. So the fruits of your labor are going to come to fruition for you. Okay, so continue to work towards this abundance. Continue to work, but it also tells me this: it's a trip is needed for you. I feel like to relax, kind of get a breath and celebrate your successes. I feel like you don't do enough of that because the Three of Wands, that's a travel card again. It's holding up my reading. Plan a trip. If you haven't already, plan a trip. You're going to be going somewhere. This is going to be good for you. Okay. This is part of your celebrating your success. Okay. It's expansion for you. This is you growing your energetic field for the things that you've accomplished. That way you can move into something new. This is part of your growth. This is something you're telling me plans. You're going to be planning and traveling. So hope that resonated with you, Anna. And thank you for the super chat. Sharon Fairchild, thank you for the super sticker. Much love, much love, much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just trying to see if there's any more readings. I'm just scrolling to the bottom. I think I got them all. With First Nation communities regarding financial systems and reserves. I'm on the bottom. I'm trying to get to the bottom. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone's questions. Then I go through and read all the super chats. How do you ask for protection in any personal message for me? Thank you, Jason. Yeah, super chats are closed, but I'll read it for you. I don't mind, guys. So how do you ask for protection? You literally just ask. You set your intentions and you ask God. That's the first one I always go to. Ask for his divine white and golden light protection. And then I say, I'm setting a hedge of protection around myself through the power of God, the Almighty, and the creator of all. So it's just your intentions, because you're so connected to God and source that you have the ability to do it. You just have to ask. Okay. So it's just, and when you ask, you have to do it from a place of belief, not just say, please, God, help me, but say, hey, I'm asking for this protection. I'm putting it around myself through your power, and God will make it happen. So, and I'll see what I get for you. Okay, Colleen? All in intentions. That's how strong we are. So I have two of Pentacles. So you are weighing some decision. There's something that you're trying to make some decisions about. They're telling me. So it tells me that you're adapting. So there's a lot of things going on. You have a lot of priorities, I feel, for you possibly. So it tells me, though, with the Ace of Wands, you're going to overcome that. Okay. So it tells me this is part of your growth, part of your expansion. Okay. So it tells me you're adapting to this. So it tells me that you need to call in more protection, but it tells me that you're starting to adapt to these things that you're receiving. Maybe your energies are a little off sometimes. So it tells me you're finding balance. You're going to start to find balance for them. I have the Ten of Swords. So it tells me, once again, something is completing, but it tells me you're going through a growing pain, some type of growth pain. So it tells me an ending of something with the Ten of Swords. So it tells me the ending of something. So I don't know if this situation for you as well is maybe some type of betrayal in your past. Something I keep getting, maybe something you felt betrayed by, or some type of, there's some wounds that you need to heal is what I'm kind of getting. Because I have the Hangman, so it tells me that this time to surrender. You need to release some of these old wounds, is what I keep getting for you. So it also tells me they want you to look inside, kind of like the Hermit card. This is something self-reflection. So it tells me this is an awakening for you, and this awakening, they want you to surrender to God. Said, just surrender it to me, give it to me, ask, and I'll take it. That's what He's telling me. Okay, He's telling me you need to view things differently. Okay, that's what they're telling me. This is, you're going to get that. A change is coming for you. King of Pentacles. So it tells me like they want you to remain disciplined. Okay, so it tells me keep working towards things. Keep investing in yourself. In yourself. Okay, so it tells me that you have security coming for you. God's telling me you're okay, you're protected, you're secure. You just need to ask for it, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, it tells me abundance. Tells me the Nine of Pentacles as well. The fruits of your labor. So it tells me the more you connect, the more you ask, the more God's going to give to you if you're in a place to receive it. So it tells me self-sufficiency, confidence. Tells me that that's what they want you to do. Continue to work on your confidence, your self-sufficiency. Tells me financial independence is coming for you as well. Ten of Wands tells me, though, there's a lot of hard work that needs to go into this, but you will complete it, okay? So it tells me you have a lot of burden on you, a lot of hard work, a lot of things that you put in place that you need to let go of this burden. I keep getting that. Because the High Priestess card tells me you're going to have you have great intuition. So it tells me you need to balance and you need to trust. God says you don't trust. I know maybe that's the betrayal you've had in your past. Maybe it's a hard time for you to trust others or to trust yourself or what you're going. Because I feel like even the stuff you feel, you don't trust it. That's what they're telling me. So your intuition will grow, and to continue to, and you're going to become more sensitive to things. Okay, but you need to continue to trust that God is with you. You are working in your highest good, and you continue to just call in God's energy. Because I have the Queen of Cups. You're very intuitive. It also tells me empathic energy, but it tells me you need to nurture and heal yourself as well. There's some nurturing that needs to go on. So some deep wounds you need to clear and you need to let go of, because I have the Seven of Wands holding up my whole reading. So it tells me maybe defensive energy. maybe to try to maintain control of things when you feel things are out of in a little bit of chaos. So it tells me that's probably what it is. I feel like you need to just let go of the control, give it to God, and just kind of open your energies to things and the healing. Let go of those deep wounds. And God has said, I will take care of you. You're protected. You're going to be abundant. Everything will work out. You just need to ask, continue to ask for protection, bring this protection in, and ask for God. He's there all the time, and He'll answer you. He'll answer you when in the fashion He feels He needs to answer you in, and when you're ready to receive that message. So, hope that resonated with you, Colleen, and thank you for the super chat. Go to the bottom. Cool. It's the bottom of it. Cool, man. All right. We got it. We got it done for today. So, for all of you beautiful souls who are still around, thank you guys for staying on. So, it's the biggest message the Spirit has tonight is that there's a lot of inner work that still needs to be done for a lot of us. Okay. And I mentioned that we can all say all day out loud, even and shout it as loud as we want. Oh, I forgive this person. I forgive me. I forgive. I let go. I severed the energy, but you don't really. Because a lot of the messages that are kind of reoccurring. And I feel when I read, I just don't read for specific. I read for the collective. I get that. I got that earlier today on my own. Like I feel like you're a collective reader. I just read for the collective energy, not just specifically each person. So I feel like the biggest message, it was kind of almost in a way, a lot of the messages were similar, but they weren't. It's just telling me there's a lot of inner work that needs to be done for all of us, and including myself. You know, these are all the inner light needs to be worked on. And that's how you defeat the dark. We need to take action. You need to work on these things. You need to take responsibility for your actions. That's all you can do is take responsibilities for what you do, what you think, what you say, period. Other than that, everyone else around you, let them say what they want. Let them be angry if they want. You say something, even if it's your truth, stay in your truth. Even if it's their trigger and they get pissed or something, don't. That's fine. That's their trigger, not yours. You speak what comes from your heart. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing for emotional balance for all of us, I feel, is speaking your truth. Don't close your energy off because you're afraid to say something or you're afraid of how somebody might react or how this may play out. Because when you act from a place of integrity and you speak, even if it's harsh, then that man or woman may be triggered by that, but that's their trigger. There's some things they need to work on, not you. So there's a reason why. I mean, because I know a lot of you will close your energy off by speaking what you want to speak or afraid to speak what you're going to speak or anything like that. You close your own energy off by doing that. So I think that's the biggest thing for spirit is we need to work on the light inside. And we all have things to forgive. All of us, no matter what. I have things to work on inside every day. I know my wife does. I know my children do. I know a lot of us do. All the beautiful souls that I read with or read for, and we all have things we have to work on. Skeletons in the closet, whatever we want to call them. Okay, so that whatever it looks like for you, and that's what the Spirit's saying is you need to let that go. It only affects your present and your future if you keep bringing it into your present from your past. That's how strong the energy is. You bring that something from the past into your present, even by thinking of it again, bringing it into your action. It's like the energy just happened again, just live again. So that's the biggest thing is controlling your emotions, finding that emotional balance, finding that inner peace. That's where it starts because when the inner peace is here, no matter what's going on in the world, your inner peace is always there. That's the closest to ascension that you can be. And closest to God is when you're at inner peace in a place of love in your heart. And forgiveness and is so powerful in healing. You're right, Ocean, without a doubt. There's a lot of things that I had to let go of. I mean, abuse that I received when I was a kid. So I had to let go of it. And there's still some times that it wants to creep up and wants to bring me some negative thoughts that pop in my head, but I squash it right away. I let it go because it's not coming back to, it doesn't define who I am. So those are things like, and that's coming from a place of forgiveness from my heart and my soul. Because I feel like a soul forgives another soul. And that's something I feel like even God has. He forgives us, but I feel like that's a gift we have that God gave us is forgiveness. So that's where it starts. So yeah. I mean, totally. Like Ocean Adele, he does meditations, all that's cool, man. It's all good to go. I don't mind. You guys can say what you know. I don't mind promoting others. That's what we're here for. We're here as a collective. We're here together as soul family and light warriors, and we're here to direct the light. That's why these things keep happening in cycles, guys. History repeats itself. That's not just a phrase. That's true because we have not learned from our mistakes. It keeps getting pushed on replay, replay, replay until we defeat the dark and we move past this stuff. The dark has had its run. That's why this is the awakening. This is the final chapter before we write a whole new book. This is the end of it. This is Revelations. This is the defeat of the dark. This is what this means. Raising our consciousness is the God consciousness and the Christ consciousness. That's what our job is, our objective, because the more light there is to share, the more truth that's projected. Speak the truth. If you're online, if you're out and about, if you're with your family, speak your truth and don't let anyone change that. That's the strongest self-empowering thing that you can do is forgive yourself, look to your inside, look for your happiness, find something you enjoy doing and do it. That brings you emotional stability and balance and inner peace. That's when your vibration is the highest, is when you're inner peace. So I love you too, Ocean. You've always had my back from the day one, man. So appreciate that. Much love. Same thing with Chrissy. So, and Chuck, I thought I gave you a wrench. I can't see who has a wrench here. So Chuck, do you have a wrench? I gave you a wrench after my last show because a lot of us neglect ourselves. Yeah, that's what the biggest thing is to do. We're too busy giving ourselves away. That's why I say you have to recall your energy every day. We don't do enough of that. Recall your energy every day. You give it away freely or it's taken from you. Those are the two options. Recall it and send away the energy that was given to you or you took it inadvertently. Send that away but send away with good intentions. Healing, integrity, light, love, abundance. Integrity is something I've been adding into my projections when I recall my energy and when I send it away. I recall it with all that and integrity because I want to make sure that the truth is coming and I don't get any type of energy that I don't want in there. So that's why your intentions are very important. The energy you call in and your be specific. The energy you call in, the protective energies you call around you, be very specific. That's how powerful you are. So good. Continue to do that. That's what you need to do. Recall it. Yes, forgiveness, healing, whatever it is that what resonates with you, whatever your routine is. There's a reason why you think the way you think this, you say the things that you say, because that's you're being led from your higher self through the connection of God. This isn't all by accident. Believe me, even things like shit, I wish I hadn't said that. Man, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I wish I would have said this. It's because there was a reason why the things were said that they needed to be said. Yes, the protection part. That's the biggest part. Because you guys are all light workers. You guys are all here for a reason. You guys are all part of this journey. And you guys all need to work on protecting your energy. That's a huge part of this. What we put out is what we receive. Ask for protection. Surround yourself in that divine bubble is what I say. A divine white and golden light bubble or white bubble, whatever color you want, purple bubble, whatever it is that you feel resonates with you. That's okay as long as you're protected and it's from the divine. So it's good. He's got his wrench. Good. I can't see. So, because I know Chuck was kicking some butt for me. So I was like, I'm going to add Chuck to my list of moderators. So, yeah, if you guys haven't, though, I mean, check us out tomorrow night at 5:15 Pacific time, 7:15 Central time, 8:15 Eastern time. Jason and Jason, the two J's. Literally, the funny thing is, Jason mentioned on his last show that his family and friends called him Jay when he was a child. Well, guess what? That's the nickname that all my friends and all my family still call me to this day is Jay. They don't call me Jason, they call me Jay. So I feel like that's so crazy. And so we're going to be going on tomorrow. We're going to be dropping some great truths. We're going to start hitting up the some more of the children stuff, the little ones, wherever we can to try to out these devils. We need to out as much as we can, spread this light, spread this knowledge. And hopefully we're awakening some people up who may be coming across these channels and not expect some of this information that they're being told. So just so you guys know, it's a journey. Okay. It's a journey, one step at a time, Keep those feet moving. Okay. Keep those feet moving. Your future is bright. The light is one. This is a lot of the movie. This really is a movie. It really is. I know it's not, or whatever you want to call it. It's a simulation is what we're going through right now. Okay. So the light is already won, just like Allison mentioned in her section. I really dug her energy. And when she was connecting, I know she was connecting. So, and believe me, I could tell when she was just the messages she was saying. I'm like, wow, she's connected. Because there's people I can listen to and I can listen to them. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. I don't feel like they're connected. I feel like they're just speaking. But there's others that I feel when they speak, they're very connected. So the ones that are connected, I feel you'll know that and you'll resonate with the ones that are really connected compared to the ones that aren't. You'll feel it. So when the ones that are connected, it'll just be like, wow, amazing. That's awesome. So you'll understand it. So, yep, awesome. Yeah. So I'll hood it up. So, I'll let Jason know as well. So if you guys get a chance, come over to the Light Warrior Network tomorrow at 7:15 Central Time, 5:15 Pacific Time, and it's amazing. So, will I do a little meditation? Yeah, I can do a little meditation, I guess. Not a problem. So, if you want, just go ahead and if you have your feet flat on the floor and try to sit up as tall as you can. And what I want you to do is place your palms upward. You can lay them on your thighs. You can just, if you're in a chair, you can lay them on the arms of the chair, but your palms upward because we're going to collect this energy. And I want you to slow your breathing down. I want you to slow your breathing down in through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice and slow. We're calming our thoughts down. Every breath in, we breathe in the divine breath of life from God, the creator of all. Every breath out, we release all things that do not belong. Every breath in, we breathe in the divine breath of life from God, the creator of all. Every breath out, we release all things that do not belong. And I want you to bring a beautiful memory, an interaction, something that brings a smile to your face and joy to your heart every time you think of it. I want you to bring that into your mind's eye and your heart now. And as you bring this memory into your heart and your mind's eye, and you start to smile. I want you just to smile with your eyes closed and your mind slowing down, your breathing slowing. I just want you to smile. And I want you to feel that joy and the love from God. He's sending you the light and the love and all your angels and all your archangels and all your spirit guides, all your animal guides, all your ancestors, Mother Earth, the Holy Spirit, Yeshua, Mother Earth, Father God. They're sending you all this beautiful love and compassion and healing. And I want you to start to pull all this energy in. Just feel this energy just flow through you, in through the top of your head, in through the bottom of your feet, and in through your heart. This energy just flows around you. It flows through you. This energy is you because you are of God and God is of you. And I want you to send the best intentions out to the universe, out to the people you love, out to your future ancestors that you do not know yet, or your future beautiful souls that you have not met yet. We're sending increased frequency and vibration to the earth and the world around us. The light has already won. We are successful. You are enlightened. You are ascending. You are battle tested. I am rooted. I am grounded. I am loved. I am forgiven. I am forgiving. I am all that God has meant me to be. I am enough. I am abundant. And I am divinely loved. So be it, and so it is. Thank you guys once again. Yeah, it was so good. So, yep. It's good channel. Jason is finally fulfilling his obligation that God has brought him to do. And I know that. He brought us back into a path to get together. A lot of the old uh, light warriors that went on their own journeys are starting to come back into the fold because the energies are vibrating at the same level. So like attracts like. So keep your vibrations high. Stay the warrior. Stay the fighter that you're always meant to be. God put his warriors here first. We volunteered to come here. It's such a huge thing for you to realize that you are a warrior of God. Your gifts will open when there is time for them to open. You have to find inner peace. Inner peace is not hard to find if you consistently work at it and consistently pursue it. But only inner peace comes if you allow it to come. You have to be open to that. Not with what our mind is saying, is what our soul and heart is saying. Once the inner peace comes, the mind will slow down and it will slow way down. So you're starting to pick up more of what you feel and energy than what you think, which is the blessing that I've had because my quantum computer doesn't shut off. So when I'm in spirit mode, I get the most beautiful downloads and the beautiful messages. They're very clear and they're very to the point. Then when I'm trying to think of something, and that's the unfortunate part is we're just programmed this way. So we have to deprogram. We have to heal ourselves. We have to look inside. In order for us to heal others, to be the example for others, we have to look for and get inner peace ourselves. Once that happens, that energetic field of yours brightens and it expands. So your energy expanding. Think about that. As your light expands, you're going to interact with with light energy even further out from your little existence right here in front of you. You're expanding and expanding and expanding until you're eventually just around everywhere. You're just everywhere. And that's what you want. You just want to expand the infinite consciousness, infinite light. That's what the biggest thing for you to be is just kind of work on the inner peace. And that starts with working on you, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, releasing those things that are toxic, no longer serve you purpose, and you need to let go of them and sever the energy. Recall your energy on a daily basis. Like I mentioned, keep your energy high because when you're called, and you will be called, you'll be ready for that mission and be able to complete the things that God has asked you to do. So, all right, guys. I love this. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the beautiful. I'm going to read all your comments after this now, but thank you for all the input. I love you guys. I'm trying to do more shows while I have time before I start traveling again. That's why I've been doing more frequent shows like I did last week and this week. So the less I travel, the more shows I'll do. When I start to pick up the traveling here coming up again, then it'll be less shows. So, but I'll definitely make some time for the Tuesday shows for Jason and the rest of you guys as well, because I feel like we have a mission together. There's a reason why the two Jasons were brought back together for sure. The Prince of Peace and the Soldier of Light. So I have his channel also in my description. Most of you guys have probably already know who he is on their channel. If you haven't already subscribed to the other one, please do. That's what this is all about, just expanding that knowledge and trying to grow the light network, the light warrior network. There's more of us out there than you realize. There's a lot of us out there. And then we're just keep igniting each other, keep enlightening each other, keep turning the switches on for each other. And that's a true story. So stay in the light. Sending you guys all light and love. I hope you guys all have a week full of bliss, abundance. Things will be okay. Stay in the light, even the crazy stuff you're hearing. Okay, that's the biggest things. Find the inner peace. Until next time, guys, I love you all. I'll see you guys on the flip tomorrow. Soldier of Light, out.